Hello, it's me, Ariza Gaming, and we're back with another Oxygen Not Included run, but we've got a bit of an interesting situation today. As you can see, there's no starting biome. It's all gone. It's all been vacuumed out. Someone stole the starting biome. So, can we survive in this circumstance? Well, I think we can, but I think it might depend on what we find as well. So this is a Terra asteroid, and we've basically just gone in sandbox mode and we've removed all of the material, including all the gases, buried items, critters, etc., from the sandstone biome. And we've had to start with Bionic Duplicants because there's no oxygen. And these guys have a big oxygen tank, and they can, yeah, here it is. So they can survive for 4 cycles-ish without oxygen. So that's pretty important. We also start with some power banks, which is going to be helpful as well. And we start with a gear balm, so it's also going to be helpful. So we have a little bit of time to sort this out. And we picked a few specific Bionic Duplicants. So Chip has a digging booster. Because we've removed the map up to the granite, we actually do need to dig the granite. There's a couple of breaks, but not very many. And we've also got Eduardo, who's got the extreme digging booster, so that we can get into the abyssalite if we need to. And so we can fully uncover geysers, because I think whatever we do is going to depend on what geysers we find very quickly. We've got 4 cycles to get an oxygen source, and all the algae in the starting biome is gone. It's missing, and all the oxygen, so we've got to really think about that. And then Gizmo is the odd one out. Gizmo has an electrical engineering booster, because you need that to operate the soldering station, and I'm not sure we're going to get more duplicants before we have to make more boosters. So if we didn't print this, we would have to sort that out, but we don't have to now. Yeah, I've not seen anyone try this challenge or anything along these lines. I think it is possible, but what I want to see is what asteroids it's possible on. So I think what we're going to do is we're probably going to do a different asteroid every week, have like 3 streams per asteroid and see how far we get. And I'll pick some meaningfully different asteroids. Maybe the next one will be the Rime asteroid. I think it'll have to be Bionic Dupes every time. But so funnily enough, the first move we actually have to make, I mean, first of all, let's actually set priorities, right? So set this to high, set this to high, set this to very high. We obviously need digging on our diggers. I think I'm going to give everyone building, and then Gizmo can have operating because he has the priority. We're going to need someone to do researching as well, so I think I'll probably be Gizmo, and you're also going to do all the storing, tidying, etc. Actually, you know what? I think what we do is we have the other dupes miner in that, so that the researcher is just researching. And I think we will make sure that Gizmo is researching. And we'll have to make some researching boosters. But yeah, let's have a think. So the first thing I think we have to do, we actually have to remove the starter biome. We don't have to remove this. We have to remove the tiles. Because we don't have any resources, we can't leave our little printing pod island. So we actually have to deconstruct all of this and fall down. And then what that means is the printing pod is going to deactivate. Oh, yep, there goes the gear bomb, yep. So there we go. You're all out of here. Okay, we didn't actually destroy the box. Okay, this is our actual starting situation. So, I just picked a random seed. Looks like we've got a cool steam vent off the bat. Now, obviously, we don't want to fill up the biome with steam, but it's good we have a water source. So, I think what we need to do, as a very first thing, is we just need to wander over here. I'll dig this up as well and see if there's an interesting seed in here. And we do actually have a wasteland biome underneath us. This is pretty good. A, it's got a little bit of oxygen, and B, it's a very safe environment to actually dig into. There's no hazardous gases. So we can just grab this and use this as our initial building material. It'll be a bit easier than that. There's also a geyser down here, so let's just see what's down here immediately. You think series start to be easier for the 20,000 wood? Yeah, maybe. I just realized our extreme digging dupe does not actually have the ability to dig granite. Right, that's kind of weird. Okay, well, there's no breach, so I think what I need to do then is I need to priority 9 dig this, and then we can get into the sand. But let's just start exploring. I mean, the good thing is we found the thimbleweed, so that's an important thing. This will mean we can get our Atmos suits fairly soon. Just give your digger boost to the advanced digger. I might want them to dig different things, though. Maybe. I think what I'm gonna... I mean, that's a good idea. I think it is a good idea. Let's do it. Right, so... config... Let's see. Yeah, clear that, and then you can equip that. Let's give it a try. The thing is, yeah, it's because he doesn't have hard digging as well. It just means we're really going to struggle getting him to actually dig anything at this point. I like to do that one and put the other one on sleep so I can make a new digging booster. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. But I think we're going to need these guys to do things at the start. This is all soft digging. So I think what we'll do is we'll just excavate this at the start. The other thing I want to do, I want to try and do this without actually building anything in the starting biome within this sort of textured area. I'm not sure that's going to be possible, but we'll give it a try. So what we could do then is we can actually, if I priority 9 this as well, is we can actually... Oh, and I'm going to need to do that one as well, I think. Then go back to priority 5. Then I think what we could do is we can actually come down here and we can start looking around properly. So we'll want to get in here. We'll just want to keep looking around. There's the oxalite. Okay, that's good. There's also some ice here. Looks like we've got a cold biome. Now, I don't think I shuffled in the DLC content, so I don't think we're going to find DLC content here. I just wanted to do a basic Terra asteroid for the very start, just to see what we can do. We found a Muckroot. Congratulations. You judge your idle dupes more harshly than your normal dupes. What I'll do is I'll set up some wheels. Oh, look. Okay, so we've got a wasteland biome here as well. We've got a geyser up here. Okay, that's interesting. I think the first thing we do, let's just actually release the oxygen, I think. Now, what's the quickest path through the granite? It probably is going to be under here, isn't it? So let's actually keep these on a low priority. And then this is where the steam comes through. Now, one other thing to consider, there isn't as much material on the map to absorb the heat from the steam vent as there normally is, and it's quite well insulated. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this sealed. And I don't know, we definitely can't do insulated tiles yet. I think we'll just come dig up here to start. And then, yeah, just go all the way around that. We don't care about food. I should remember that. So go ahead and do that. And then we should be able to have multiple people come across and dig. Chip, you're going to go dig this bit. Okay, yeah, let's find out what this geyser is. That's going to be very important. I think we do want everyone to dig just to start. Where am I going to put the beds? I think if we're aiming not to build in the starting biome, I'm just going to excavate this whole bit. And we'll see how that goes. So I think what we'll maybe do is... we can come up here. Yeah, this seems like a good plan. So just come up here, and this could be our starting excavation. We can fit beds in here and then have the CO2 fit down here. Could you build a layer of tiles and vacuum between them before you break the vacuum? Oh, that's true! We do have a vacuum. Sorry, just trying to clear my throat. I don't know why I've got a frog in my throat. You caught a new stream that just started? Good luck. Yeah, this is a run where we're seeing if we can actually survive without the starting biome. I think we can. We've got Bionic Dupes. The thing is, Bionic Dupes are very good for specific tasks, but they're not good generalists. So, I think what we'll have to do, I think we'll have to get this hooked up again so that we can print more dupes and see what happens. You should not release the oxygen into the vacuum. It'll be so thin. We've already done it. I think we're going to have to get a better oxygen source. For now, I'm going to see if we can do this without actually cheesing the vacuum. If it's not possible, then maybe we'll cheese the vacuum. Or maybe I'll fill it with some kind of inert gas in future. Because, yeah, I don't know. We'll see how we feel on it. But yeah, let's uncover this oxalite. Then we can get over here and have a look. So, obviously, the good thing is we have access to Drecos. The other thing is, because we're doing Bionic Duplicants, we have lots of Gunk that we can make. So, that will be helpful. Boops really like their pod drops too. Yeah, exactly. Like when you print one, you get the free metal banks. We do have to make sure we don't get any liquids on here as well. But no, I don't intend to just keep this a vacuum. It was more that I just wanted to see what would happen if there was literally nothing here to start. But, okay. We are going to end up with some... Oh my fucking god. There was slime lung on these tiles. There was a single... I didn't look, there was a single polluted oxygen bit with slime lung on it. How did they even... Oh no, it was... We didn't dig up any slime, though. We didn't dig up any slime. It was the gold amalgam. Maybe the gold amalgam had some slime lung on it. I feel like the gas is going to be so... Ugh. Right. Ugh. Whatever. Slime lung's not an issue, right? Screw it. If slime lung is what kills this run, I'll be very surprised. It was in the air pocket. Okay, the good news is it's only in the polluted oxygen. What are you going to do when they suffocate? They're not going to suffocate. We're going to get some oxygen sorted out before then. There is some algae. There's some algae in these jungle biomes that we'll need to grab. There is, well, there's admittedly not a lot. But that's alright. We can have a look around. Let's also actually get up here. So I'm going to dig this oxalite, and then we're going to... Let's see. Probably this. Yeah, something along these lines. And then we'll get in here and we'll have a look at this. I'm gonna deliberately not open them up to start just to check what they are, and then we'll see what's going on. But we do need an actual living space as well. So let's put some... Do I want beds? It depends. It depends on whether we want to make more boosters, if that ends up being the constraint. It might not, so then it'll die off. Yeah, but this isn't our proper oxygen source. I wanted to just add some gas to this area so that there's some thermal conductivity. Why do you not check the geysers with the priority tool? Oh, we could do that. I mean, I'm sure they're all going to be relevant. We could definitely do that. Right. Is there anything else over here that's interesting? There's a load of slime. That's not good. How about you stop doing this for now? I don't think we necessarily need to do this for now. You don't need beds. No, that's true. They're Bionic Dupes. So what we could do is we could just put the... Actually, we don't need a lot of base infrastructure. They're very resilient, aren't they? Let's just find these geysers first and then figure out what to do. They're very resilient until they're not resilient. We will need to get the Gunk extractor. I think the most important thing to actually do... Well, let's use the Bionic blueprints for this. Let's actually just make our generators and our battery to start with. And then we'll figure out the other things to do. So... We're not using the printing pod light. That's a shame. Let's keep this stuff in this room, and then we'll put the crafting station in here. Obviously, we're not going to be able to automate anything to start. Also, what I am going to do, I am going to make sure that we put a light in as soon as we can, because the 50%, the lit workspace bonus is going to be absolutely huge. Right, let's put the crafting station in here as well. The crafting station counts as a science building. No, it doesn't. Why did I think that? No, it doesn't. Never mind. Well, should we put it in here anyways? I think so. Let's use the retro LED. Am I going to do the boot-powered boop stuff? Yes! I'm pretty sure we are, to start with. It's not very efficient, but it is possible. And we're probably going to speed it up a lot, but I don't want to speed to it until like we've done the first cycle at least. Well, I'll leave that schedule in. I'm just going to get rid of the bedtime and put the downtime here. So let's just check again your morale. Well, you haven't had downtime yet, so let's see. It's pretty bold. I normally just craft more batteries. Right, we've got a gold volcano. Okay, that's a good start. That's free metal. So let's open that up right away. Gold does not have a lot of heat capacity. There's not a lot of material, admittedly. You know what I'm very tempted to do? I'm very tempted to just drop it down here. But yeah, look, there's no... If we actually have a look at the gas, right? If we look at the germ overlay... No. I mean, there's a little bit of slime lung in the polluted oxygen, but there's so little polluted oxygen, I don't think it's actually going to spread anywhere. So that's a good sign. Right, so you will start erupting. We don't have field research, so we can't analyze these. That's fine. So the gold will just pile up here, right? But yeah, feel free to start building this. Ladder. I think we'll just put the ladder here. I will ladder all the way down because I'm intending to just put all the base stuff in here. Oh boy, some slime, just for fun. Right, okay, let's make sure that we're looking at this next, I think. I know we could reveal the geyser as well. I'm intentionally not doing that for now because we'll see it soon enough. I don't really like spoiling the surprise. It's a nice surprise. What's overheating? Oh, okay. That's not our battery. Wait, where the heck am I? That's probably some shenanigans from the start, I think. But yeah, we'll need to research a tech. And because of our circumstances, we haven't actually been able to get a researching dupe. So what we may need to do, because we have got a free booster slot on each of these guys, we should probably make our set of boosters. That should probably be one of our very first priorities, is to get 2 researching boosters and stick them on the dupe that doesn't currently have any boosters. Yeah, that seems like the best plan. So perhaps what we actually do is we actually put all 3 of them to sleep once we've revealed what this geyser is. Here's our uranium lump, so that's good. There's some lead in here as well. We can do some building stuff with that. There's slime over here already. Good. I really hope slime lung isn't what actually kills this run. That would be tragic. Do I want to dig up the uranium as well? Maybe. I will get him to dig up the uranium. Let's actually leave... If we leave this tile, they can dig it all. 3 of them means you need 3 boosters. You can just use 2 since you only need 2 chips. That's true. We'll probably want to make more boosters later on, though. But yes, we could have 1 dupe running around doing more stuff. Interesting they're all coming in here to build it instead. Is that uranium POI ever good for an early material studies? Yeah, you can definitely do that. I like uranium ore because it melts very quickly and makes a good temperature exchange medium with volcanoes to prevent them from tiling up. Metal volcanoes anyways. And magma volcanoes as well. So I usually end up using the uranium for liquid locks, but it is a good backup source. Now, this is the interesting thing. So we don't have shine bugs for radiation because we removed our sandy biome. However, I think we will have some wheezeworts down here, so it's probably what we're going to do for our radiation. So I think we will leave the uranium for that. Right, let's suppress notifications on this thing. Don't give me any tutorials. Yeah, I like the manual radbot generator. I think it's pretty good, actually. Yeah, just do that. Oh. Disable. You should definitely not be running on this until we build the battery. I mean, to be fair, none of you have operating priority, but I just don't want to risk it. The power one got a lot better now that the power use is proportional to rads. That's also true. That actually means you can power them off of space radiation and things. That's a really interesting quality of life change I haven't considered. Maybe we will use that. Probably not on a classic asteroid, though. What we got in here? Nothing important, I don't think. Socks. Okay, good. I'm glad I wasted my time doing that. Let's dig up the metal as well. We definitely want all of this copper. So we don't have the abundant copper from the starting biome either, but this wasteland biome is pretty big. We can go in the tundra biome. I don't think it's going to cause the city issues. We don't need to preserve the sleet wheats for food unless we plan on getting regular dupes. Do we want to get regular dupes at some point? Or do we just want all bionics? The other good thing about the bionic dupes is we can actually get the improved hardware and the climate control to make them a lot more environmentally resilient before we get to Atmos suits. The issue with that is we don't get any booster slots. That might be worth doing if our plan is to print a lot of Bionic Dupes. Again, that's going to depend on our oxygen source, because at the moment our oxygen source is not good. Oh, wait, we found... Wait. This is huge. Okay, we found a polluted water vent. Okay, that's really good. So this is 30 degrees, room temperature. What we could do is we could actually just spread out the polluted water and off-gas it. The issue with that is we have slime lung in the air. So, okay, here's the plan. All the polluted oxygen has condensed into a single tile. If we can actually just delete this tile, then we should still be able to do our plan properly. You found the biggest use is to put several around a weaker source. Okay, let's just dig this up as well. I think we just want to let this erupt down here as much as possible. So, if we do this... And then what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to let this out here. But before we do this... Let's leave that blocked. We need to get rid of that one slime lung tile. You found the biggest use to put them several around a weaker source, so it still doesn't take a ton of power, but you can make use of the whole area. That's interesting. Yeah, we've got to try something like that. We found a packet. That's not important. The thimble reed is important. Now, we aren't going to know when any of these geysers are going to erupt. I think I do need you to build this. So go ahead and do that. This slime lung is going to hang around awkwardly. Actually, you know what we could do? If I seal this bit... we can fill up the rest of it with polluted oxygen just fine. There'll be loads of oxygen pressure in here. Will that work well? I don't know. That's also our building materials out here. I just need this to get into a convenient spot. Actually, you know what? Do this. If it's hanging out here, just do it. I feel like this is not likely to happen at all. Actually, you know what we should do? Put the tile here. And then we can separate it into a smaller space and then start trying to do it. And if we get it in this bit... Yeah, look, it's staying here. Yeah, look at this. We're gonna do it. No. Okay, well, it's at least blocked in here now, so... Okay, what we could do... I'm just gonna dig this up, because it's getting in the way. In fact, can I just yellow alert, dig this? I really shouldn't have released that slime line, obviously. I just want to make a situation where the polluted oxygen just hangs out in a tile and we can just delete it. So, right, let's just do this. I think it will stay there. Hello, Cake Face. Hope you're doing well. Oh, please come build that. Yeah, it's a new run, and it's an interesting situation. We have no starting biome. I deleted it. So we're trying to see if we can survive without a starting biome. I think it is possible, but I really don't want everyone to get slime. But the good thing about Bionic Dupes is, we need to test this properly again. Okay, so we deleted the slime lung. That's good. What we need to do is we need to see if the yucky lungs debuff lasts for ages with Bionic Dupes, or whether it's when they only breathe it in. I can't remember whether it constantly refreshes or not. The thing is, if we do this and we let the polluted water off gas for our oxygen, then we're going to have to stop building down here, and we can start building along here. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. We're going to do this. But yes, I'm feeling a lot better. Yeah, maybe we will just build in a regular biome. The good thing is, as well, it's almost in line with the... Oh, actually, the cool steam vent is 1 higher. That's not ideal, but that's probably still fine. Oh, the only other thing is... Oh, Bionic Dupes get wet. Bionic Dupes will get wet if they're exposed to this. Perhaps what we should do is build a load of mesh tiles. Yeah, that could be a plan. Okay, you're actually running on this now. That's fine. So you can enable this building as well. We'll have to put the supercomputer in here eventually as well. I'm really glad we found this polluted water vent. I think this is going to make it actually possible. Because we have a cool water source. They get less stress from droplet liquid locks than normal dupes do. Yeah, that's true. But what I mean is we're going to have a layer of liquid just off-gassing here. And we could door restrict it, but I actually want to make it as wide as possible. Now, there isn't any slimeling in here. I think it's actually quite reasonable for us to... If we go over here, we can start tiling these bits, and we can let it spread out across this whole bit. Do we care about hydrogen? No. The hydrogen will just rise to the top of the map. That's not going to cause us any issues. Now we could contain the slime lung. Let's release this right away. That's also important. Yeah, but yeah, the oxygen is very diffuse at the moment. So what are we going to want to research first? Obviously not food stuff this time. I mean, we'll probably just door restrict everyone to start. We really need Atmo suits. Atmo suits would be so good for this. Oh, Gunk extractor. That's what we need. We can just dump the Gunk out of a vent somewhere. I think that's a good plan. Yeah, go ahead and do that first. I do not want to deal with the stress from them gunking themselves. And then what we can do is we can tile here. Oh, this should not be yellow alert. Sorry. There you go. That is also mesh tiles. Yes, we do have to research mesh tiles. I think getting this off-gassing right away is probably the most important thing. We should do this with any other polluted water we can find as well, but the fact that we have an unlimited supply of it is very strong. And also, it's not in an area where it's going to be really annoying to get the slime things. Oh, it's the same as the Gunk extractor. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Oh, that's what you're saying. Yeah. No, that is good. That's very good. I'm imagining we're going to filter a lot of the polluted water and put it into a spom. And then we're going to use a spom to pump up the gas and pump up clean gas and put it in a canister filler. But we'll pressurize the area generally with polluted oxygen, I think. We'll see. But yeah, let's get this oxalate down here as well. There's some more polluted water here. There is some algae as well. Wherever we put our actual clean oxygen production... Oh, you know what? Instead of doing this, I'm actually going to do this. And then we're not going to make a mess with all the sand. Just put a layer of gunk under the P-water so they don't get the debuff and they can walk through it and work in it, no problem. Is that really how that works? I know they don't get the debuff from gunk, but if they've got polluted water on the second tile, would they actually still get a debuff or not? Also, if we let the polluted water out... Oh, right. Oh, God. Okay, don't do this sulfur for now. Leave that sulfur there. That's how you farm seacomb? Ah, okay. Well, as you say, the gunk will settle, so we'll just dump the gunk on the floor. And I think what we'll probably do then is I should make this out of granite as well. Let's put some granite tiles here for now. We'll put the pump at this end as well to make sure we've got plenty of water in this bit. There's some algae here as well we need to harvest. We could easily make a liquid lock that we could go through as well to get into areas like this. Seacomb can chill in phyto oil too. Really? That's interesting. Right, okay, let's do this. And then I think we want to clear out this area as well, just so that the gas can move around. There we go. So I'm not sure how much raw output this is going to have, but this is definitely going to at least give some air pressure. Now, it's going to fill the area with food poisoning germs. That's probably fine. Mimic, hello. How are you? What are you up to? We've started a new run today. We're doing a little mini challenge run. We are seeing if we can survive. We're seeing if we can survive without the starting biome. I deleted the starting biome in sandbox mode. And we're just mucking around. We did find a polluted water vent, so I think it's quite likely, because we can off-gas this for oxygen. Or rather, polluted oxygen. So I think this will work well. Hello, Sothish. Sothish? Yeah, Sothish. There you go. Is that how you pronounce it? We got the cool steam vent in here as well. Okay, so the good thing is as well, we have loads of polluted water and we have dimple reeds right here. So we can get reed fiber going right away, and I think that's actually very important. So, what's broken? Oh, nothing important. Okay, that's good to hear. Right, what else are we gonna want to do other than be petrified of slime lung for all time? Right, you're getting zapped. I think I don't mind you getting zapped provided you're not wandering around here the whole time. But I think what we need to do is we generally need to put a door here. Maybe I don't bother with this. These days been going well. It's been going alright. I was ill last week, but we're not ill anymore, so that's good. Managing all of this with the liquid is going to be annoying. Perhaps we just have to dump the gunk in here before we do any of this. Because if anyone electrocutes themselves, it's game over. Once you've dug this tile, you should be fine. Oh, I just had a cold. Everyone's been having colds recently. It is what it is. Dirt. We need dirt to research. We deleted all the dirt. Oh no. There's no dirt. Oh no. What are we gonna do? There's a single tile of dirt here. Oh, there's dirt here? Oh no, we're gonna have to dig this up. Right, can we actually grab this? Just like series, no dirt. Oh my god. Ugh, I'm gonna have to actually... Right, you know what we could do? We know that the... liquid is going to stop the gas from leaving here. We're full boop? Yeah, we're full boop. Wow, this is going to be annoying. Right. Time to start making grubs to mud for dirt. Maybe.
Killer fish.
We're going to have to think hard about
fish
this.
from San Diego.
Hello, Uglavis. Hi, Willow. We deleted the starting biome.
Hello. I'll be your killer fish.
The hubris of man.
Thank you.
So it seems like the preeminent challenge... So we found a polluted water vent, so I think we'll be alright on oxygen. But the preeminent challenge is there's no dirt outside of the starting biome. So how are we going to do our research? You're listening and watching in horror? Yeah. Pretty much. Right. I'm just going to dig all of this up and we're going to let it start off-gassing. That feels like a good idea. You can cook algae into dirt. That's true. We have a gold volcano. Are we really going to cook our algae into dirt and then have to dig it up and delete half the mass? That's not a lot of dirt. How much do you need per research? You have many options like sage hatches or pips. Okay, so we don't have hatches because we deleted the starting biome. And it's a Terra asteroid, so there's no forest biome. Therefore, there's no pips. So we can't do that. There's also no swampy biome, so we don't have any mud. So... let's think about this before we continue. Dirt. So... obviously you can cook it. It's not very efficient, but you can do it. Polluted water boiling leaves behind a very small amount of dirt. Sulfur is mud. Yeah, but we need to ranch grubs. And we don't have research. So we can't... Can we actually even make a ranching booster? No. So that's not going to happen. We can't get anything that requires ranching to get our initial dirt. Right, let's think about this. Production. Right. Plant pulverizer, slime, dirt. That is definitely something we can do. That will give everyone slime lung. Connecting planet, that's true. If we find a teleporter, it's a classic asteroid. It's large. It's very large. Compost, we can compost polluted dirt. If we get any. Pips, but again, we don't have access to pips. Floxes, we don't have access to floxes. Right. So we are literally going to have to get phyto oil from slime for dirt, right? Now the good news is there is some germ-free slime in this cool steam vent room. So that means what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to actually open this up immediately. That's a lot of dirt here though as well, so we should still prioritize that. But I think what we should do, mate, I think we're just going to have to let it drip. We've got to make sure we don't release any slime lung. But yeah, do you have enough dirt to research a plant pulverizer? No! Well, actually, we have 1,100 dirt. That could be the start. So we're going to have to do the initial research off of the thing. I'll do this so we can get in here and have a look around. There's lots of clay in here as well. Is there polluted dirt in that biome you can compost? No, there's no polluted dirt in these biomes. It's just slime. If we open this mode up... Okay, the good news is there's a dirt tile underneath every geyser. I didn't know this. That is actually going to be run determinative. That's so weird that this is the thing that we actually have to do to survive. Right, I'm just going to... Let's see. That's probably the quickest way of getting that. That's so funny. Start throwing batteries in the pea water pool. Oh, yeah, good idea. Yeah. We need to find more geysers then immediately. There is one down here. We can reach it easily, so that's good. We also do need to set up... You know, I am going to just set up an oxygen diffuser in here as well. We have algae. Let's do it. There's not going to be a lot of algae, so I don't think we're necessarily going to build it into any of our permanent builds. I think I will need to get them digging around in here as well. Okay, I think there will be enough dirt from the geysers to get us started, but it depends. How many research points do we produce per unit of dirt? Does it actually say? Oh, 50 kilograms per research point. Oh my god. So that means we need 700... Oh my god, this is really bad. Arisia Willow says you're too entertaining that we can't start stream. LOL. That's hilarious. Okay, so plumbing requires 750 kilograms of dirt. Sanitation requires 1,000 kilograms of dirt. We have 3,300 kilograms total. So we need the plant pulverizer to make more. So that is in food... Oh god, that's in food repurposing. We need advanced research to get here. So let's think about this. We need advanced research and food repurposing. The water shouldn't be a problem. So we need 35, 65, 100. So we need 5,000 kilograms of dirt to get this. And we need another 1,750 to do this. So we need 6,750 kilograms of dirt to do this research. You know, it never occurs to me how much dirt you actually need for research. Outhouse will multiply the dirt slowly. What? In that we make outhouses and then they gunk them and then we clean them out. Oh my god. The dirt tiles are 2,200. We may be able to find more, but I don't know where, because... Oh god. Now I'm just going to be searching for random pockets of dirt. But this means that we have to go for advanced research immediately. We don't actually have a choice. The dupes are just going to have to gunk themselves, I'm afraid. Oh, actually, no. Outhouses. Yeah. Outhouses so that they can actually not just gunk the map out. But this also means we're not going to get the gunk for the liquid layer. Why not just dig up and hope the space biome has dirt? I mean, just dig upwards. Yeah, I mean, we could. We could build some ladders and go through the biome. We probably do need to activate the printing pod anyways. Outhouse also takes dirt. That's true. It's dirt positive though. If we do the outhouse. Do we have what tech does the outhouse? What tech does the compost require? Does that require tech? It does. It requires basic farming, which we're going to get anyways. Right, so I think we do have to do this. Let's get basic farming first, just so that we can actually get the compost. I'm slightly bothered by the way I say algae. Why? Algae? Algae? Who knows? You can't actually get in here. Oh, right, because we dug this up. Yeah, that's true. Okay, you're going to have to build a ladder here and a ladder here. That's fine. Right, so we're going to have to get the outhouse and start making compostables. Oh, wow, look at our resource list. Okay, the good news is we also found a thimbleweed seed. That is good news. But we can't actually build a pump. We need to make... If we don't have enough dirt to do the plant pulverize, we're not going to get more dirt for more research. Unless we're composting. Let's just get the composting sorted out. What is compostable? Right, here are all the compostable elements. So, food, polluted dirt, rot pile, seeds. Okay. Also, bear in mind, we need 50 units of compostable to make 50 kilograms of dirt, which is 1 research point. Food doesn't weigh very much. It's not like you're doing anything with your food. That's true. We are going to have to do that. I think real talk is we explore to find more dirt sources. But I just don't think it's going to be in any of these starting biomes. And frankly, it's a long way to go. We also need to make sure we're not going in the hazardous areas. Oh, yeah, we've got the nutrient bars. They're 20 kilograms. Okay. Still, that's not a lot. That's 0.4 research points. Is your stress at least going down? We're definitely going to have to just make the dupes gunk themselves in a strategic place, I think. Or we'll do the outhousing. Right, let's think about this. You're idle. Right, rooms. Let's tile this. We're going to be running across here anyways, right? Let's just tile this for now. I'm glad I've got the food poisoning germs in the air. Defragmenting is good stress relief. That's true. But if we don't get this dirt situation sorted out, we're not going to be in a good spot. The good news is there is dirt here. The bad news is we need to make sure that we don't cook the dirt. We don't cook the dirt with the gold volcano. So if I set this to priority 9, are you going to start delivering to it or not? No, you're not. Right. I need to make sure then that we have someone actually supplying. Oh, Eduardo's digging. Okay. You probably don't need digging priority because you're the one without the booster. Yeah, okay, that's fine. It'd be tricky, but if you trip gold onto slime, it would turn into dirt tiles. Yes, these slime tiles are very small. I think we're better off just doing the phyto oil thing. If we can find literally any dirt to start with, then we'll be okay. Also, we could grow balm lilies for compost, but I don't think that's very efficient either. But all we require is a chlorine atmosphere for them. So we could, like, mass produce balm lilies. That feels like a really bad plan. Now, I'm really hoping that we're not going to scold the dupes doing this. I think we dig these as well. 1 kilogram per 12 cycles. Yeah, that's not a good plan, is it? No. I can't believe I still have this song on my playlist. Right. Can we actually explore a bit up here? Let's do that. And then let's just come up here. And then we can get over here and have a look. There's also more polluted oxygen here, that's fine. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Actually... let's do this. Balm lilies? Barm! Barm! British. It's a good thing we got a bottle of water right here. Okay, so the good news is we're doing the starting research. So we can at least start composting stuff for more dirt. That is at least some hope. I've got to admit, I'm not optimistic. I think this dirt is going to be a serious situation. I also need to make sure I'm not scolding you. Yeah, the good news is the dirt is getting consumed so quickly that this volcano shouldn't erupt. Now, the sweetles produce sucrose, and sucrose turns into carbon dioxide when you boil it. Or liquid and... well, yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's just liquid sucrose and then carbon dioxide, so that's not going to help us. Getting grubs for mud probably is a good plan long term. But, again, there's only so much sulfur here. Once we run out of sulfur, that's not good. Breathability is pretty low. I mean, at least this is still a good oxygen pocket, but that's not going to last. We could dig into here as well. It's probably fine. Yeah. I guess we're going to end up with a checklist of things that we need for this to work. Well, I think Gunk makes sulfur, so you'll have enough eventually. I mean, that feels a little bit advanced for us. Admittedly, you could boil Gunk with a gold volcano. You could totally do that. But that's not going to be the constraint. We have plenty of sulfur on the map. The running out of sulfur is like a long-term issue. Oh, we do need to get over here. And the algae is going to be useful in the short term as well. So let's go ahead and grab this. There's some iron as well. And then we just need to get in here. So this should be a priority 9, I think. I think I'm literally going to have the dupes just gunk themselves to start, so we can sweep up the gunk and dump it where we want with a bottle emptier or something. Yeah, because we do at least start with the bottle emptier. So if we actually stick that here, then we could gunk this layer, and then we'll be alright. Tactical gunking. Yeah, pretty much. I don't think we have a choice. I mean, the good news is the oxalate's down here, so there are some oxygenated pockets. But I'll tell you what, we would be screwed if we didn't have this wasteland biome. There's a lot of sand, though. That's good. We're not going to run out of filtration medium. So we can sieve this into clean water pretty easily and spawn that. But actually getting the research to get the spawn together is going to be annoying. Now, what we could do is we could just do naked electrolyzers, have the hydrogen just float to the top of the map, and then just put our hydrogen plants at the top of the map. Considering the dupes don't breathe in very much, that might be permissible. Liquid layering is iffy when you dump the heavier on the lighter one. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I said I was gonna... I said I was going to speed it up, but I honestly think I want to keep it on low speed. I thought we might be able to get off to a faster start than this. The new boop talents are so good for tanking cold hydrogen. Yes, that's what I'm thinking. Perhaps we just let the hydrogen float around. We don't even bother with the spawn. We just get the... Because we need the bare minimum of research to survive. That's becoming very apparent. So we... Thankfully, this is on the way to what we want anyways. We're definitely going to want the liquid pump. The sieve is going to be annoying. We do have clean water here. This area is going to be getting hot, but again, we could set these guys up to be pressure resistant and temperature resistant. So long as they're not scalding, and I don't think they will get to scalding, we'll be fine. And we should be able to get to a colder part of the map up there. But, yeah. Okay, let's speed up a little bit, because they're not doing anything super... At the moment, I think they just have to do what we're doing now. So let's leave it at speed 2 for now. Here comes the gold. Yes, that's true. Can you relocate this here? Are they gonna get to that in time? I think it will still condense. There's lots of debris. But let's be safe rather than sorry. Oh, you picked a good time, Eduardo. You're fine. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, safe rather than sorry. The Sweetles have picked an interesting place to stay. So at least we're not going to be worrying about refined metal. Okay, now you're going to start eating all your power banks. Yep. I don't need any of these tutorials. Oh my god. Guys. We need to research for the power bank charger. I think that might also... I think that might actually be the real constraint on this. We gotta get this research, otherwise they will run out of power. We don't have enough dirt to do this. To start. Oh god. This is brutal. I can't believe dirt is the constraint. Also, did you guys know you can't print a dupe with a researching booster from the printing pod? Okay, you're all in here breathing now. That's adequate, I suppose. Gotta start burning ore for metal batteries. Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah. That's true. Okay, so... You can at least make metal power banks here. We do have metal ore. That is permissible. We'll have to do that then, because we're not going to have the research for eco power banks right away. That's alright. But there's so many things that we need dirt for. Yeah, definitely metal power banks. How much are these? It's 200 kilograms per power bank. That's brutal. Right, okay. Good news. We have the compost. So... This produces a fair amount of heat. I'm tempted to stick it just near the... Oh, you know, I'm just going to stick it here for now. Whatever. Having 50 plus sides on one boop on 3 to 5 sides boops will catapult your early game research. Yeah, but there's no point doing that when we don't have the dirt coming in. We need to get dirt sorted out first. Without researching towards sustainable dirt, any other bottleneck is impossible. Yeah, literally. It's literally impossible. So we have to do this. And I suspect that what runs you can actually do this challenge on are just going to be the runs where you have access to other dirt. Yeah. So, obviously we need to put dirt on this list. Is it bad that I wish you could actually put clay in here as well? Like, they're both cultivatable soils. Is that weird to suggest? This isn't filling me with confidence. Right. Okay, so you need to get in here and do this. Oh, right, hold on. Yeah, we can't priority 9 everything. That's not going to work. So we ate 600 kilojoules of power. Man, this is going to be brutal. The aim is definitely going to be to charge Bionic Dupes with their own power, but, like, that's going to be hard to achieve. Please don't entomb yourself. It's 3 batteries per day. Yeah, so each guy consumes 200 watts. Each power bank is 120 kilojoules, so each power bank is 1 day's worth. So this is about 3 or so days of fuel. Right, okay, so... The issue with this is we're going to let a load of our water down here. I think what I need to do is I need to yellow alert relocate this. No. Actually, if I just tile this, that'll push the dirt out, won't it? That's what we need to do. Let's do that. I'll put some other stuff up here. We're going to have all the dupe stuff be over here. And we'll let the polluted oxygen concentrate in this room. That seems like a good plan. There is more algae in here as well. Let's see what happens with this. Okay. That's not ideal. We got a carbon dioxide vent. Okay, that's not relevant. I don't think. There's poke shells. I don't think that's super relevant either. Sand, fossil, salt. If we can find rust, that's oxygen, but I don't know. I don't think we will find rust very quickly. Doesn't seem like a priority to look down here. Carbon dioxide is rich with dirt source. What if there's just a random hatch that eats dirt? There's no random hatch. We deleted all the hatches. There's no hatches left on the map. Oh, there's another geyser up here. Okay, that's good. So, I think the plan then will be to build a ladder here. And then we can start the long process of digging up to this part of the map. Which we can do pretty easily. It's just going to take some time. Yeah, this is fine. Maybe we'll find some dirt along the way. The real dirt is the dirt we make along the way. You don't necessarily need to do that now. We get to the dirt next to the CO2 vent. Oh, that's true. We can, yes. Now, we don't want to release the CO2, but we can definitely just grab this. So I think what we do for now is we... Oh God! No! Stupid glitch. That's my least favorite glitch in the game. I think we need to dig these tiles so we can actually reach... We can tile this off and block the chlorine. Later on, I don't think the chlorine will be that relevant, right? You're idle. You're both idle. Okay, so... What else do we do in the meantime? Metal power banks. Let's set this to priority 1 and you start making metal power banks. We'll save the iron ore in case we need it. There is plenty of extra metal over there. Let's just dig... yeah. Just dig this for now, and then we can release this oxygen as well. Oh. I wasn't that smart, apparently. There you go. Okay. It's at least not the worst use of your time. Now, what else are we going to need? We don't need this right away. We are definitely going to need advanced research, so that is something you can start on. But again, we don't have the research. Do we have the research to get to advanced research? That is 1,750 dirt. We do have enough dirt to get here. That is going to end up being important to get to the plant pulverizer, so we have to do this. Or we just find some dirt elsewhere, but I can't actually... I think we are literally going to have to go up to space to get the dirt. But that might actually be easier than anything else. Especially when we skill up these guys with the climate control skills. It does seem possible, at least. Space dirt plan. Yeah, I think that's probably going to end up being the best plan. And then I think we need to get over here as well and start tiling all of this up. So we can push through the chlorine. I need this to be a flat surface for polluted water, then we can meet it up here. Because we want this to off-gas as much as possible. I do also want you to dig this, but I'll let you do that gradually. You're idle. Are you trapped? You are trapped. Interesting. Okay. Dig that, I guess. I think that's it. It's going to be space dirt. Now, I know we could prioritize getting here to activate the sprinting pod. Is that wise? Probably not, because we're still trying to see if we can actually just survive on 3 dupes. So let's just leave it as 3 dupes for now. I still have some residual illness, apparently. You need to gunk yourself? Good. Generate useful gunk for us, please. I think we can also dig these tiles now. So long as we limit our construction here to reasonable levels, the stress shouldn't end up being a killer. How is your downtime? I did leave the downtime on there for the morale. You have got the max downtime morale bonus. I think that will be relevant. Do we need 6 or can we have 5? Let's try it with 5. It would be really convenient if you just gunked yourselves here and then it would all pool down here in a nice little pool. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I like to see it. Alright. Good. So then we can sweep this up. And then that can be sorted out. Oh god! You gunked over here as well. Well, that's fine. You need to dig this tile too. That's fine. So long as the gunk doesn't set the power banks off, we should be okay. Right. I just dumped the gunk in here for now. There's a lot of polluted water down here. We may need to spread it out a little bit. We'll see. If nothing else, this will help us actually sweep up polluted water. I think this is definitely going to have to be a speed 2/speed 3 operation. But the main thing is, I need to see idleness all the time. I'm very curious as to what this geyser is. We'll find it soon enough. There's some more polluted water up here. Is there any dirt? There is dirt! Okay, good. Oh my god, we found dirt at a formation. That's actually run determinative. You're gonna hear me say that a lot. That's so funny. Right. Let's just do this. That is actually like our top priority now, isn't it? Yeah. Go for it. Oh, well, at least it's not space. I think that's part of the POI generation. Yeah. I think we're literally going to be relying on the POI generation for our dirt. What a weird position to be in. We'll also come over here so we grab this algae. But that can happen later. It's the critter fluxomatic. That's probably going to be relevant at some point. Okay, there's actually a fair bit of dirt here. Well, it's 850, 870 kilograms per tile. That's enough to get the plant pulverizer, though. So at least we're not going to game over to dirt. There's also some oxygen in here, so we should let this off gas. Bionic dupes don't produce carbon dioxide. Do I care about the carbon dioxide? Maybe. I don't care about the hydrogen. The hydrogen can be free floating. Right, okay, so let's keep doing this. Right. That is, I think it's a steam vent. Looks like a steam vent. I mean, that'll be handy later, but, like, not now. There's a lot of power, but we're going to need to get a bit more advanced first. This cool steam vent is going to cause enough problems as it is. Right, and then it's salt water. Okay, there's actually some more dirt over here, too. I always find it a shame you can't actually get through this bit. Right, I think what we do is we deconstruct this, dig this, put a ladder here, and then we can get to this dirt. Okay. And then there's more algae over here as well. I am going to keep hounding the algae. There's another geyser here as well. We should get in here pretty quickly. So there is chlorine. That's going to be an issue. That's fine. We could work around that. Right, you're gonna have to. Oh, right, no. You're gonna have to priority 9 this deconstruct. And then this dig as well. Okay. You can escape, it's just a long way. The gunkers all form one tile. Okay, that's not exactly what I wanted. Yeah, Gunk does behave like that. I think I know what we need to do. I mean, this is going to have to happen later. So stop dumping the gunk in here for now. I think we're going to have to make pedestals and then release all the pedestals. We don't necessarily need to do that, but it's going to be very cumbersome without pedestals. I'm just glad we actually have some research. Okay, we have made a decent amount of power banks. That's good. Yeah, it's definitely going to be metal power banks to start. But it's just annoying because the duplicants aren't going to be very efficient about this. I kind of want to get the printing pod working. Let's try it. Then you can just do that. Yeah, I think at least we should have plenty of igneous rock to build stuff out of. I do want to see this happen. Right, that could be priority 5 though. God, it's such a long way for these guys to go. I think this is going to be possible. It's just going to be bloomin' annoying. We still want to grab this dirt too. So, let's see. Oh, we left the gear bomb down here. That's kind of funny. Can't actually grab any of that gunk now. That's hilarious. Going over in my head how it can be possible with standard dupes without starting skills. It's not possible. The dupes will suffocate before you can do anything. We're only able to do this because we were able to open up at least some starting oxygen sources. I just don't think it's possible. You literally have seconds to find oxalites. You would have to have a cheesy map start. I don't think you'd be able to do it off of any game start. Oh, I needed to leave a ladder here. Okay. That's fine. You know, at least we're getting the research done. So what, the water cooler? That's probably relevant, isn't it? Let's put a pitcher pump over here. Is that slime? You know what? I'm gonna leave this alone for now. You need granite mining at minimum. There were... I checked when we did this in sandbox mode. There were 2 breaks in the granite. Oh wow, the sweetles have pollinated the dust caps. Truly a miracle. There's plenty of gold amalgam over here. That's reassuring. Right, there's more oxalite up here. There's more clay up here. So nothing super interesting. Unless we find more geysers or more POIs. We do have reed fiber. That's good. God, they're really just having to do all this climbing. You've earned a skill point? Right, okay. So... because we... okay, so here's the thing, right? We kind of need the gunk to actually make the gear balm to remove the grinding gears penalty. This is going to be massive unless we get this. I think we need the... I think we will need this climate control eventually, but I think we have to get the grinding gears reduction first, because otherwise they are just going to slow to a crawl. I think we can just be sensible with our gas management until we get to the second skill point. And then we'll have to pick up all the booster related things. Oh, I forget there's a skill point in here. You know, this means we don't actually have to do the electrical engineer at the start if we just pick up schematics, but that would take a while because I don't think these 3 are negotiable. I'm going to get grinding gears penalty reduction on these guys. Yeah. I think we just have to do that. Because how much gear balm do we have? 3. The penalty is just so huge without that skill. And we can't... The thing is, if we got a regular dupe now, we probably could get a regular dupe to work now. It would be kind of annoying. But maybe that would be worth doing. I don't know. What do you guys think? I kind of just want to keep it all bionics just for the theming, but is that actually the optimal strategy? It's tough to say. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to tile this, and I'm going to actually let this liquid out so we can sweep it up again, just so that we have it available. No dirt to make planter boxes. That's true. We have clay, though. You can make planter boxes out of clay. So, that's not actually an issue. Yeah, you get improved gears, too. 2 boops and 1 starting dupe, you can rush for an air pocket. Lol. No, I just... It depends on the map as well. I think we've been quite lucky finding a polluted water vent. I think that's like the main thing that's actually making this work. I don't know, maybe I'm overselling it. Food is decayed, that's fine. I'm perfectly fine with all the food rotting and then us composting the rot piles. But again, I don't think it's actually going to be very productive, but whatever we could get will help. Oh, it's actually unreachable. That's hilarious. Alright, you can do that now then, Chip, because that's what's holding everyone up. The rare, actual, timely yellow alert. You'll love to see it. Okay, Chip, hold on. Chip! Don't do it. The manual interrupt. Very important. Yeah, hydrogen is fine. If we end up in a situation where the hydrogen is pressurizing the whole map, then that's a sign that we should just give up. Right, there's another POI. Is there dirt here? No. Okay. That's fine. Okay, we found a natural gas geyser. That's good. That's an easy power source. I like it. Okay, that's very helpful. The skirt. That's a nice skirt. Don't like the hydrogen, do you? A big old pile of sucrose. Yeah, let's just... I think let's just use the gunk for liquid locks for now. I don't think we're going to get the walkable layer in here. We could do some mesh tiles on that later. Actually, you know what we can do? We can just put ladders down here. That will work. We don't actually need to build on this bit, do we? I think they'll still... I think the problem with ladders is they still get on the floor. They don't necessarily just stand on the ladders the whole time. Also, I know this doesn't work like this. I'm kind of annoyed this doesn't work like a door. There's so many cases where I just want to walk through this bit. Right, a water cooler. We could get that for toasty surroundings. Right. Sweep this again. In fact... So you were getting liquid exposure then... from walking through the liquid like this, which is making me think that... Hold on, let's have a look at this, right? Is your stress... Okay, your stress is going down while you're in the gunk, so it is the floor tile only that matters. That's interesting. Oh, he slipped. He slipped in the gunk. That's hilarious. Yeah, I'll let you get on with that whenever you want to get on with that. We will need to make a liquid lock for this vent, but that's pretty easy. Yeah, getting this hooked up for some actual proper power is probably a really good plan. You like the animation? Yeah. It is funny. It is a negative, but it is also funny. It's true. Right, put that there. We earned an achievement. I know what achievement this is. We built a building outside the starting biome, that's true. We also got a critamorph. That's weird. Where? Where's the critamorph? We could definitely do with a glossy Draco. It's probably a Paku. Grub Grub? That's not a critamorph. Oh, it is a critamorph. Of course it is. It could be a Grub Grub. Why do I think a Grub Grub is... Here's the confusing thing. The Sweetle and the Grub Grub are technically the same critter. The Grub Grub is technically a variant of the Sweetle. Like, they're divergents. Like, that's how it's supposed to work. Yeah. It's technically called a divergent. There's a little Paku. Yeah, re-grab all the re-grab all of the friggin' gunk, and then we can use that for liquid locks. Because I think this liquid lock is actually going to be the most important one. And I'm gonna have to ladder down here so we can actually get in here as well. There's no dirt on this one. That's fine. They exhibit sexual dimorphism even though they reproduce asexually. Hilarious. Right, well, we're at least surviving. And the oxalite is pressurizing the room down here at least somewhat adequately. Let's add oxalate to the list. There's not a lot of it, but every little bit will help. This is quite an annoying ramshackle path to get here. Perhaps it would be quicker just to dig through the abyssalite, but I'm not sure. I guess it depends how contained we want to keep the area over here. Welcome back, Ludus Artifacts. Glad you made it home. We got some long errands, but at least they're hauling the dirt over each time. Oh my god, you guys really are cooked. You can't actually grab... You can only grab your little bit of dirt at a time. How much are you carrying? Oh, I forgot to say, all three of these Bionic Dupes are urbanites. Because cuisine and agriculture are not going to matter. Unless we get a guy. Agriculture could matter if we're trying to get seeds. For some industrial purpose. You're delivering 200 kilograms at a time. That's rough. No strength booster. I still think we don't want to have to skill a dupe up with the soldering station thing. But maybe we can. Maybe that will actually work out. Right, I'm speed 3ing it now. We got 6.5 tons of dirt. Okay, so that's good. So we know we can definitely get to the plant pulverizer for more dirt. Yeah, you've got the gunk now. So let's think about this as well. So if we get the apothecary, we can start making gear oil. Let's see how gear balm. Let's see how bad the penalty is first with grinding gears reduced. Because we haven't even applied the gear balm yet. My god, you really are just going to be hauling around dirt for a while, aren't you? Yeah, please do tile these bits. Okay, so now you've done that as well. That means if we come over here... then I can dump some gunk in this bit? No, that's not quite going to work. I think what we do is we dig this up. And then we put the liquid lock in here. Yeah, we'll do this. You know what? If we do that, that will work. And then actually, you probably don't even have to dig this up necessarily. Yeah, that'll work. Have we checked other asteroids to find a starting biome yet? No. We haven't found a teleporter. I just wanted to see if we could do it on Terra first. And we'll have a proper go. We'll do this run this week over 3 streams, and we'll see how far we get before I decide whether to move on to another asteroid or not and give that a try. I think Rime would be very challenging. Hope you're doing well, Snowfox. Flipped. Ooh, god, the moonlets. I'm not sure it'll be possible on the moonlets. The moonlets are quite constrained to begin with. Maybe. The entire area is the starter biome. Not exactly. You do have a few different biomes in there. But it's not great. Requires flipping A. You filled it with 1,000 grams of polluted dirt. You're not actually doing this, are you? I'm going to priority 1 this. Did you just delete everything in the first biome for the challenge? Yes! That's the point of this series. Oh my god, do not dig all of this. What the heck? Oh, you could do with digging this out as well. What was the plan here? This was never going to work. At least something along these lines, right? Grab the lead. Mini pod. Expelled gunk. Yep, good. Okay, well, that gunk we can still grab because we can sweep it up. I do like that the gunk is mostly collecting down here. That is convenient for us. I will get you to keep sweeping these up. Also, if I dig this, we should be able to grab the polluted water. This is rough. You're standing in the polluted water to use the gear balm. That's not very hygienic. Pinch of peppers, that's good in case we need to do any heat deletion, but probably not very useful otherwise. Good thing there's plenty of gold. Obviously, we don't have the tech to do the natural gas yet, so we're going to have to wait on that. Right, we are definitely surviving. The question is, can we get to the point where we can survive indefinitely without having to continue just strip mining the map? Yeah, let's actually see what's over here, because there might be some more dirt here. Oh, right. I need you to dig... I need you to do this tile. And then we can easily reach down here to do the other tiles. Then we can push the dirt out. I think I'm going to try more theme playthroughs, so I appreciate all the different runs I try. Yeah, I like doing these little challenges where the key challenge is the actual start. Because the start of this game is obviously very interesting. And it's a nice change of pace from the longer runs we do as well. That's why I like to do it a lot. We will get this working again at some point. Okay, we've got all the lead, we've got all the uranium. That is good. Any more dirt? No. Okay. Yeah, get that gunk. Right, I need to priority 9 this dig again to make sure you actually get it done. My version of this challenge is you start on a rocket in orbit over a completely empty asteroid, and what's the minimum you can put the rocket to create a sustainable colony? Ooh. Yeah, no, I've seen people do some crazy stuff, especially with pit planting on rockets where they melted the walls. I don't think I'm ever going to melt the walls of the rocket. That feels way too, like, game-breaking. It's the same with actually just building the rocket platforms that are just having, and then just building the rocket containers for, like, the space manipulation properties, and then removing the platforms just to make all of these rooms that are way bigger than the actual map size. That feels way too gamey as well. That is the thing about this game. There's lots of exploits, and some of them feel more gamey than others. And obviously, it's a single-player game. You can play the game however you want. But I think gamifying it to that point would just not be fun to me. But I know 2 Legit City likes to do that a lot. Or at least I've seen them do it a lot before. Right, we have... Let's see, we have advanced research now. I really want to get an actual lab. Okay, we're definitely going to need the soldering station as well. I think we're at the point where we can open this up a bit more. Let's do it. We know we're going to have a few different things we're going to be doing in here anyways. So, let's see. We'll put the supercomputer and the soldering station here. He's not melted any rockets yet. Oh, okay. Fair. I wish you would actually, like, fully finish the task. Oh, wait, hold on. I've forgotten something important. This should be enabled by default, right? I don't know. Am I crazy? Actually, that should be a set. Should that be a setting when you're starting a save that it prompts you to do? Maybe. I don't know. Oh, also, this is completely unrelated to the game, but while I was ill, I figured out how to play Victoria 3. So that's good. I actually, at the weekend, finished a run of it. So I now know how to actually play that game. And I probably will do it on stream at some point, but I wanted to figure out what exactly to do as the stream run. I think I want to do one of the South American countries. I'm going to priority 9 this too, at this point. And then, actually, you know what we should do as well? Let's tile this. We need to get a lamp. But again, how much dirt do we have? So we have 5.9 tons. That is about 1,150. That's about 115 research points. So we know we have to get the plant pulverizer. That's not negotiable because they're... I'm still not finding a lot of other dirt. The other issue with this plant is the slime isn't sustainable. So, I mean, yes, there's a lot of germy... Actually, there's... This is only 90 kilograms per tile to dig it up. And even then, we're only getting 30% of it out as dirt. So it's 27 kilograms of dirt per tile. Each 2 tiles of slime is 1 research point. I'm beginning to think that that's not a good plan for dirt. That's going to be so slow. I think we actually have to go to space. So let's not do the plant pulverizer for now. What are we definitely going to need? I mean, we're probably going to want eco power banks long term. I think we just have to get up to space and see how much dirt we have. I don't think there's any real way around it. Electrolyzer. We need the electrolyzer. We need the liquid pump. We're going to have to do this at some point anyways for oxygen. So let's just get the electrolyzer now. Grub and feed it sucrose. We could do that, yes. We could put a Sweetle in here. We would need the ranching booster. We could print someone with a ranching booster. That's fine. Or we could just make the ranching booster ourselves. With the microchips up from downtime if I really feel like it. Honestly, because we have the gold volcano and we have the electrical engineering guy, I feel like we should just actually make the microchips with the power control station. I think that would be quicker. It's not like we're going to run out of metal. But I think you're right. I think actually... There is a fair bit of sucrose. I don't know, I mean... It's better than the slime per tile density. Yeah. We've got to get more chips. I mean, that is one thing to consider, is we're actually at the point where we can survive, at least for a little bit. We are making metal power banks. We have oxygen off-gassing off of this. If we keep this sealed in here, that probably is actually... I'm going to dig this too, just to make sure we can actually get up to this bit. Actually, is that even relevant now? I don't think it is. I want to make sure this off-gasses properly, though. We could just put them to sleep for a bit and make some chips and make some more boosters. That's probably actually going to be the fastest thing now. You know what? I'm going to build this tile, and then we're just going to put them to sleep. No, not like that. There you go. Have some fun. Where's the third dupe? That's funny. Yeah, you'll be fine. Let's just get the researching boosters made. And maybe a couple of other boosters. Now they're not imminently in danger. And at least this won't require research to get the boosters either. Bunch of robot monks, yeah. I like their outfits. I need to make more custom outfits for runs, but I like this outfit a lot. The DLCs do have some really good cosmetics in them. And then we can add the microchips to the thing as well. Right, so we've got... Add microchip. all they do is eat microchip and lie. Right, you made microchips, so I'm turning you off now. Love giving the boops the default dupe outfits. Yeah, that's a fun way to do it. Right. So I did want you to make 2 researching boosters. Let's make... Do we need this? Allows apothecary usage for gear balm. That does seem important. Let's do that. Probably getting a strength bionic dupe is important as well. The dirt shuffling. Otherwise, it's going to take way too long. Oh, you're making it out of iron ore now? It's kind of funny. Wait, let's add metal ore because we're consuming it to survive at the moment. That's very important. What else do we add? Reed fiber, yes. Sand, we have plenty of sand. Clay, I think, could be relevant. For planter boxes. Sucrose, salt. Phosphorite, I don't think is going to be relevant. Metal power banks, we don't really care about because it's on the megajoules. I think that will do. Yeah, okay. These boosters in here are very expensive. So, we want to make these sparingly. That's actually why I got the electrical engineering guy as well, because I thought if we ever actually do need a guy with electrical engineering, this is another 8 microchips we can save. And save the extreme digging booster, we needed a guy to start with that. You can't get a dupe to start with the mechatronics booster, but that's not going to be overly relevant. The ranching booster is probably one that we want as well. Suit trading booster is also going to be really needed. We need 1 per dupe at some point, but that could wait until we get the suits. Oh, we need a researching booster. Yeah. Yeah, please do make those. These obviously need to be priority 9. Right, okay, so we're gonna tile this as well. And how's this looking? Okay, so now we can actually do... We can actually do the gunk in here. Actually, you know what? Instead of building these, can I just get some gunk bottles and relocate them? I think so. You just manually relocate that here. Power control station, if you ever get refined metal from the volcano. Yeah, we do. Yeah, that's our long-term plan for metal power banks, for sure. That's a lot of gunk. Do I really want to spend all that gunk? That's a smaller one. You know what? Let's do... Yeah, that'll do. That will do. Right, I think we can speed up again. One thing that does occur to me about this is I do want to generally pressurize this bit. And the good news is it is at least pressurizing a little bit. We do have the really annoying bands of polluted oxygen starting to form. But we're just going to have to put up with that. Because this is realistically most of our polluted oxygen. This is most of our oxygen production at the moment. This. Any weird shenanigans? We do at least have Wheezewarts, that's good. Yeah, there's the other geyser. I do still want to grab that. So actually, you know what? Before you go, empty these. Okay. Are you sure that... this is the curse of Yellow Alert now, isn't it? Yeah, there you go. Right, so now we have a liquid lock. So now we can actually go in here and grab the natural gas. Now, the good news is, it's just chlorine in here. So I think what we could do We'll tile this. We can get in here and tile the chlorine as well. And then it could just be natural gas in here. We don't have to filter this. And then we can start getting the power. That will wait until we get the tech for that, obviously. Right, we got the advanced medical booster. Did you make the advanced medical booster first? I mean, okay. I'm going to give this to Gizmo. We're out of gear balm. Do I want the... We're alright on oxygen for now. Let's get gear balm first. We have enough research to do the electrolyzer and gear balm, at least. I think that's what we'll do for now. We'll go to space for the rest of the dirt. The phyto oil plan isn't bad, because eventually we're going to want the phyto oil anyways. But it's a lot less appealing when you don't actually have sustainable slime production. This is the thing. Slime in theory is a useful resource with a lot of pain to get to it because of the slime lung germs that you have to deal with in one way or another. Probably wheezeworts, realistically. But the mass per tile is so low, it's kind of not really worth going for as a resource. And obviously this is because the slime biomes were generated before the Bionic Booster Pack DLC was a thing. But I almost feel like what they should do is they should actually increase the mass per tile of slime on the map. Because at the moment it only really feels like you can make good use of the slime technology with puffs. Because there's so little of it actually in these biomes. Do. I will get you to keep doing this though. I mean, I don't think this is going too badly. I think this is definitely survivable. But the dirt is going to be the main constraint. So we've got to evaluate whether it's possible to get enough dirt for a run like this to make any sense. If not, then find a different asteroid. You're going to be disinfecting stuff a lot. I'm not going to micromanage that this time. Did you make the boosters? Insufficient resources microchips. Oh! You made 3 microchips, and it's 2 microchips per booster. Right. Okay, well, then I'm gonna get you to sleep again. There you go, have fun. This duplicate is reorganizing their data cache during bedtime.
Thanks for the sub.
The lands.
Hi Erisa, just dropping the Prime sub. We'll watch the VOD later.
No worries. Thank you very much for using your Amazon Prime. It's mucho apreciado. Oh, hold on. I need to adjust the angle of my webcam. Has this really been like this the whole time? Oh, God. Oh, I've got to move this. Give me a sec. Thank you very much for the resubscription. Any revenue generated by the channel is 100% reinvested back into the channel. We are saving up for a new computer. Still haven't really made any decisions with that at the moment. To be honest, this weekend, while I was ill, I was mostly thinking about an air fryer and where we could fit an air fryer in the kitchen. It's finally time. Yeah, have fun with this, Dupes. But, yeah. I don't think an air fryer counts as a stream assisting technology. I mean, technically, it does, but... I don't intend to spend your money in that way, don't worry. But yeah, we're trying to survive on a map without the starting biome. We deleted the starting biome, including all the gas, including all the critters. Everything up to the granite or abyssalite. We didn't delete... Actually, we didn't delete the uranium lump. I felt like that was justified. But the uranium lump was technically in the starting biome. So, I'll leave it up to you whether that's fair or not. How many microchips have we made? We've made enough now. Where is everyone? Well, I mean... that's a good shot, isn't it? With all the scalded Sweetles. Right, okay, let's just get you off of that time. I did actually forget about this. Right, at least you should be able to make the researching boosters now. Yes, I like Twitch Prime. I've got to admit, I've actually stopped my Amazon Prime subscription, but I realized mostly I wasn't using Amazon. I was just using it for a free Twitch sub. And at that point, I should just get Twitch Turbo, right? Or something along those lines. Twitch Turbo is really good. I know a lot of people who use it. It's really good if you like to watch a lot of different small streamers. Because then you can log in at whatever time of day and watch whoever's doing whatever. And you don't have to worry about it. You're gonna have fun building all these tiles, aren't you? So I'm probably gonna swap from Amazon Prime to Twitch Prime. Oh, did you guys hear about Discord requiring... They're going to make you have to submit face identification or other identification to use certain aspects of Discord. I think it doesn't affect you unless you're going in adult-only spaces, but given that Discord had that big data leak a while ago, they say that they're finding a new third-party company to do it with, but I don't know, man. I'm not convinced. Seems sketchy to me. I don't think it will affect us on this channel or our Discord. I'll put it that way. Right, we got the researching boosters. That's good. So Eduardo can have the researching boosters. Oh, I love polluted water. It's so good. I will have to make sure this stops erupting. Or I'll have to make sure this stops actually blocking. Oh, that's why we were doing this, wasn't it? Yeah. You know what I should actually do? Let's come over here, dig out this algae. And then we can come down here, can't we? That might be quicker than you running all this way. Probably not a bad plan. You're still grabbing all the gunk. I mean, that's fine. We are going to want all the gunk at some point. But again, we just need to find more dirt before we can actually do all of that. I probably want to make strength boosters. I think we need a strength guy. I would like to print another Bionic Dupe soon. I think we have enough resources we can get it going now. The more booster slots we have, the more quickly we'll be able to do certain tasks. So I'm actually going to get you to priority 9 this now, I think. I don't know. It's not much, but it's honest work. Right, let's give Eduardo the other researching booster. So Eduardo is going to do research. Good. And then I think what that means is I'm going to... Actually, you know what? I think we keep you on the supplying and whatnot. You should always have a researching task to do. This is going to be annoying. And the issue with this as well is I actually need to get in here to do the pumping. But obviously we don't want to have to walk past the super hot steam. So I think what we do is we put a door here. And we deny access. And then we actually come down here. We can let the gas out, that's fine. And then I think we put the pitcher pump here. If I put it here... I could put it there, and then we just do this. Right, so... Generally, I just want you to go that way. Hello, Ayla Ava. Hope you're doing well. We are on a map where we deleted the starting biome. It does not exist. We have survived. We found a polluted water vent that we could use to get some oxygen bubbling away. We will clean this up at some point, but again, I don't think it actually really matters too much. These guys do not suffer from yucky lungs very much. At least they're not currently suffering from yucky lungs. Oh, the thing is... Oh yeah, this is how this works. So they breathe in a mixture of oxygen and polluted oxygen. And when they breathe in polluted oxygen from their tank, the yucky lungs reactivates. I think. Let's actually... But I think they'll always breathe the oxygen first. Let's actually have a look at Chip, because that will determine how it goes. How long until the steam vent cooks a colony? Oh, that won't happen for a while. The polluted water vent will temperature regulate that as well, because we're adding mass doing that. The average temperature of all of this system is actually somewhere in the region of 60 degrees. So we are going to get the temperature resistance skills pretty soon. So I don't think the cool steam vent is actually going to cause an issue, provided we don't let it get to scalding point. And at that point, we'll probably have suits. Right, so now Chip is breathing polluted oxygen from his tank. So does this mean he gets yucky lungs? No, he is not getting yucky lungs when he's breathing through his oxygen tank. So they will get yucky lungs when... Oh, no, he is doing it. Oh, he has got yucky lungs. Okay. So it looks like he doesn't get it immediately, but he does get hit by it at some point. I think yucky lungs is still going to be relevant because of how this oxygen tank works. I mean, there is polluted oxygen up here, but he's obviously not breathed it in. Yeah, you've got it as well. Yeah. I think they are going to get yucky lungs at the same frequency as normal duplicants. I think they changed that. I don't think that was originally how it worked. Right. Are we actually going to get this pod working again? We had to deconstruct all of these tiles just to get off this bit to begin with. That being said, we wouldn't have been able to grab the sandstone from deconstructing the tiles anyways. So there's no way to do this without deactivating the pod. But I think we're actually at the pod now where we can print another dupe. So unfortunately, we're going to have to wait another 2.5 cycles. But then we can actually print another dupe. We can get some more things going. We're almost at the point where we're going to get another skill point on Gizmo. Now, I think we definitely want at least 2 strength boosters so we can continue dirt shuffling. I think that will make things go a lot faster. We definitely want to start off with the cheap boosters. Construction boosters would be ideal, but I don't think we have the space on that yet. We will get some dedicated builder dupes as well. Right, you're actually going to have to go... Oh, right, you're going to have to deconstruct this. Or... Oh, God. What am I doing? Just do... Just do this. There you go. It's not rocket science. Oh, I do want to get in here, but there's slime lungs, so I don't want to do that immediately. Let's also try getting to space as well. So the quickest way from here would probably be going up here. And then probably going through here. And I think what I'll do as well is we'll just come over here and we'll let this out. And by let it out, I think I mean just dig it out. There's more metal in here as well. That could be handy. Yeah, I would like to see that. What are you guys currently doing? Construction supply. For what exactly? I'll put the dupes to sleep once we actually get the printing pod up, and then we'll have 4 dupes making microchips. So that will be a bit quicker. At least when you have relatively few dupes, it's not a huge resource crunch. Normally, we do really like to just print as many dupes as possible. And to be fair, with a polluted water vent and a natural gas geyser, we could run quite a few bionic dupes as soon as we get these hooked up. But the tech is just going to be the ultimate constraint. That is what it is. I'm going to priority 9 this. There we go. You're actually going to dig this now? Good old Chip. Everyone loves Chip. You got the reduced penalty. Yeah, the reduced penalty isn't too bad. Especially as you equip more boosters, because each booster gives you athletics anyways. That's why it's really important to continually equip the dupes as well. Right, apothecary. Okay, that's good. I'm just going to put that here for now. Let's keep going towards the electrolyzer. We know that we need this for long-term oxygen production. And it's not just for... Well, actually, let's think. The thing is, the thing... Oh, God, what's it called? The decontamination device. Cleaning... What's-a-majigger? Am I going crazy? What's it called? The deodorizer. That requires a bit more research as well. And I think I would rather just have the bulk oxygen from the yucky lungs and not have to keep filling these up. Because it's power, that's admin. We do have lots of filtration medium. This is probably better overall, isn't it? We could probably set that up pretty easily over the polluted water bit. That is ultimately where our water is going to come from. Is there anything else we actually want in this bit, though? Carbon skim is not really needed. I don't know. I think we still do want the electrolyzer. Oh, we want the gunk extractor, don't we? Should we just get the gunk extractor for now? So long as there's enough polluted oxygen floating around the map for the dupes. Sieve to electrolyzer seems like a better route, and you also get P dirt equals dirt. Yes, that's true. Dirt. How much dirt does a sieve give you again? This is probably actually relevant to us. So it gives 5 kilograms per second of polluted water, and you turn the sand into polluted dirt at a 1/5 rate, and we have a lot of sand. So that's actually a good amount of dirt production. The sieve, though, is all the way here. We don't have enough dirt to do all of that research. Okay, let's just get the liquid pump research for now. I don't know if clay is useful at all. It's not, and we have lots of clay from the rest of the map anyways. Yeah, the sieve seems like a good plan. That's more dirt. That's turning sand to dirt. We have lots of sand. There are also those formations with 5 tons per tile of sand in them. And the wasteland biomes have it as well. And there's even some random sand down here. That's probably a good long-term plan, especially if we find a saltwater geyser. But there's so much sand on the map, this feels very practical. Just generally. Where are you all going? You're all dirt shuffling now. That's probably a sign I should just get the strength boosters on someone, but we can't currently do that. Yeah, keep digging this. This steam is going to become a problem at some point. Yeah, do these construction digs. There's some polluted water in here as well, but I don't know, man. I mean, you can do this. That's not the end of the world. I will grab this slime as well. I don't think there's any reason not to do that. Actually, hold on. Do this. Yeah. Actually, maybe do this. That seems like a good plan. Grabbing all the slime. And then what we could do as well is grab that bit. You can't actually get on the floor at the moment. We'll re-enable access to the floor once it stops erupting. Oh, you can still get through here. I'm just gonna have to tell you not to go through here then, aren't I? Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, you can keep off-gassing in here as well. Alright, how's this looking? More dirt? No. Okay, well, we'll keep looking. Oh! There's dirt up here behind the granite that we didn't have to delete in the end. That's convenient for us. Now, we've established that we don't care about hydrogen. So I think what we'll do is we'll remove the chlorine here. And then we can get in here. Obviously, we don't want to activate the steam vent. That's just not a good idea. Come on, Chip, build this. We can get the gear bomb going. Gunk should definitely be on the list. The thing about the gear bomb as well is we do need clean water to do this, and we can at least get clean water from the steam vent. It's not great, but it's not terrible. Chip, you better not actually be stressed. No, you're not. Okay. Good. Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling okay about this. Right, Eduardo's got... Okay, you guys have skill points, so we don't need improved gears too. As nice as it would be. I think climate control is going to be... Is climate control going to be relevant? We could probably just get to the point where we're feeding thimble reeds, and then we can get everyone in suits. But we need the tech for suits too. I think I am just going to give them this. I don't want them to get slowed down at all, and we're probably not going to have the tech to do Atmo suits for a while. I want to make sure... That... Also, when we go in here, this is going to be a stress nightmare, and I frankly want to get this hooked up before we get suits. So let's do that. Oh, the lack of construction boosters. It feels bad. This is really why we need more dupes. I think we want about 6 dupes, just so we can have one bionic dupe with each specialization that we need. 3 is enough for regular dupes, where they can multitask a bit better, but not for bionic dupes. But I'm really, really conscious that we can't overproduce dupes. This will activate 0.4 cycles, that's good. Hopefully it will offer us a bionic dupe. What are you doing? Oh, you're just having fun. Okay. It is how it is. I have a thought. Is there a way to make a dupe dropper? Like where you get a dupe to run into a tile and then they get dropped in by automation? And then you can just have one by the printing pod, and then you can make it so dupes can get out of the printing pod, but they can't get back to it. I guess you could do the same with just a regular door. Actually, that's true. We could just do the same with a regular door. That's probably worth doing, just so they're not running to the printing pod for no reason. right? Like a one-way door. Let's just do that. Yeah, so you have water now as well. This means you can actually do the advanced research. Have you overpressurized? Not yet. We're getting pretty close. You haven't ended up doing this. I'm gonna priority 9 this. Right. What we got? Who have we got? Oh, let's have a look at this message as well. Oh no, that's the same message as always. Right. No Bionic Dupe. I don't think we want an organic dupe. We do have a lot of nutrient bars, but we can't just rely on Muckroot to feed them like normal. We have a puffed. I feel like that could be relevant. Maybe we do puff branching for slime. We have got the polluted oxygen coming out. Let's do it. Let's print a puffed. I don't think this will cause any problems. He's very cute. He's just like, where's all the stuff? Where's all the stuff? Now that's the true no starting biome challenge is you're a pufflet instead of a useful duplicant. What do you do? I don't think we have any puffs in these swamp biomes. Marsh biomes. We're getting a lot of polluted oxygen in these bits. That's good. That could actually be relevant. So I'm not going to besmirch that, but we do still need more duplicants. We need more bionic duplicants, I'll put it that way. Right, speed up again. Yeah, because you're already going to be grabbing the water too. Oh, wait. If we take the booster slots... then they'll be faster and they'll be able to carry more. But I just feel like the penalty from... the environmental penalties are going to be more relevant. It's -5 athletics. And they're going through cold and hot areas. It does fade pretty quickly though. Once they leave the area. Why do they recover so quickly from sweaty? It's kind of weird. Right. Let's priority 9. We need someone to have a medical priority as well. That's going to have to be Gizmo. Right, how else is this going? Right, you do need to dig this out too. Is there anything else in here we need immediately? Probably not. We have to still get up to space. It's cold up here. Is that space cold? Probably not. Chip earned a skill point. Chip's the digger. Chip's gonna need this as well. We will, I think we will just print more Bionic Dupes and get around it that way. This is not a race, necessarily. We have oxygen and we have metal ore for power. I don't think we're going to run out of metal ore, especially not with 3 Bionic Duplicants. So, we can bide our time, I think. Obviously, it's not overly pleasant for them, but it is possible. Now, do we want the Gunk extractor so we can get our Gunk easier? I think we do. So this is 1,000 dirt. We have 4,800 left. So 1,000 on this, 1,000 on this, and then 2,500 on this. We have enough dirt to do all of these, and then this gives us the proper dirt source. I think that's what we do then. I think that's the good plan, is we get filtering this, and then we've got a sustainable, if admittedly rather slow... Actually, it's not that slow. I think it's just going to be more practical than getting to space. And then once we've got this hooked up, we can start on the natural gas power, I think. Because the other thing is, obviously we can burn metal ore for power at the moment, but later on we're going to need metal ore to build stuff with. So I don't want to use all of that up. We know in our current run how much of a constraint metal ore is to a colony. So I think we do want to at least try and get off of metal power banks as soon as possible. How many compostables we got in here now? 1,850 grams, yeah. This is not going to be a good plan. I just don't think... I feel like composting is just a trap. Have you ever had any runs where composting has been game determinative? Because I feel like the answer to that question is just going to be no. I mean, maybe if you just have a load of polluted dirt on the map, but even then you're probably on a swampy asteroid at that point and you've got better things to do with it. Right, we have gear balm. That's good. 50 dupe rhyme challenge where the heat come in handy, but that's really niche. Yes, that's true, because the composts generate heat. I think that is going to be an issue with sour gas or bust at some point, if we're doing all the flux refining. The dirt's going to come out hot. You could probably use that in some way, though. I have a lot to think about for that run. We will do the fullerene meteors stream at some point, but I am saving that for a Friday so that we can maximize the amount of fullerene we get from the temporal tear in that run. That's kind of why I've started doing a little challenge run now. I have a couple of basins where composting is my renewable source of dirt. Yeah, so the thing is, how are you getting that polluted dirt then? Is that from ethanol distillers? Because to me, it feels like mass composting is what you actually want. You don't need your dupes to compost random rock piles, because you don't get enough dirt from that for it to be meaningful. It just feels a bit like a waste of their time. Right, this actually is space. This is dirt. This is lots of dirt. Okay, this isn't as far as I thought it would be. Okay. I think we're getting it together. Honestly, I think this proves it is possible. I mean, it depends how much dirt we can actually find up here, for sure. But let's actually just keep priority 9 digging this. Do I actually want to get through the sand? Oh, it's probably going to have to happen sooner or later, isn't it? Let's just dig this first. And then we can get up here. And then I think what we can actually do is go this way. It's going to be very cold up here. Also, we are going to have to stop the shub bowls from coming in before we do this. So let's at least consider that. On one, it's ethanol, on the other, it's plant husks. Ah, yes, the elusive plant husk. Rhymes with Elon Musk. This is so much polluted oxygen. Okay, this is really good. Okay, so now I'm getting a bit annoyed, because I think we're succeeding because we found a polluted water vent randomly. I think this is the only reason we're succeeding, because I think otherwise we probably wouldn't have ended up with enough oxygen. I mean, there is admittedly oxalite down here. I feel like I've actually learned enough from doing this one stream to conclude that this is definitely possible. And if it's possible, then we obviously don't need to stick around forever. I want to figure out whether it's possible on every map. Is there a way to automate plant husk composting? It seems like you have to manually mark each pile. Really? That's annoying. Yeah, there's loads of dirt in space. So this is 860 kilograms per tile. That's like 17 research points per tile. And it's the whole space biome. And it's cold, but it's certainly at the point where you could do something with it. Now, the thing is, the shovels will actually be very annoying in this case, because they'll eat the dirt and they'll poop it out at half mass. And you need all of the dirt mass to do this. So I think what you would actually need to do is you need to proactively hunt or wrangle all of the shovels to get it to work. You have a storage bin that you occasionally empty and mark for compost. 20 tons at a time isn't so bad. That does sound sensible. I think the polluted water vent is the key to all of this. Like, what I want to know is it possible to do it without a polluted water vent? I guess it's going to depend on what geysers you find, but the thing is, the polluted water vent is so convenient because A, it's high output, and B, it's not scalding. So you know that this is going to be manageable for your dupes in the long term. And the thing is, you really can't just find one right away if the starting biome is gone, because they usually like to hang out around the edges of the starting biome, at least on a Terra map. Right, so we know we can actually do the research now. Let's keep going because I want to get the sieving set up. I want to get the sieving for the electrolyzer set up today. That would be a good plan. But that's going to have to be a lot of speed 3, I think. Again, I would really love to do lamps, but I think that would be a lot of tech. I'm glad we got the pufflet at least. What are you up to? Grab more dirt. There's going to be a lot of waiting for that, isn't there? It's fine. And again, we have the Weezewarts for radiations, so we can do that as well. There's plenty of phosphorite for those. So the main things that lacking the starting biome makes annoying. You don't have any hatches for coal production. Coal is obviously a really good power source, especially for doing Bionic Duplicants. The lack of dirt is the biggest constraint because you have to go hunting for random dirt patches to do any research. And then you have to find some kind of dirt source, and that's probably going to be polluted water. If you mix in the Frosty Planet Pack stuff, then you will have access to the fluxes for dirt production. Fluxes are very powerful, as we've established, especially because we have lots of phosphorite on the map in the jungle biomes. Reed fiber is pretty easy with the Thimblereed and the Drecos. Okay, we didn't get a Bionic Dupe. Am I at the point where I just print a normal dupe? We got a Shriveled Taste Buds, Cooking Farmer, Rancher. Do we have Gosman as just a token normal dupe? Because it seems like they can just do everything the token normal dupe needs to do. I think that makes sense. I think we have enough oxygen. They're just not going to have a very fun time. Right, so we printed Gosman. Gosman can have... I'm probably just going to take you to ranching right away. We've established that we can survive here. Also, let's give everyone the hats. Let's give them the improved hardware hat. Yeah, the backwards hat. That sounds good. Right, let's think about this then. So, obviously this isn't ideal for Gosman, but it's workable. Let's put some tiles in here. I'll take the ladder past here as well. Let's make Gosman a little home. having someone to be able to move critters around and to get seeds from plants, I think, is going to be important. And then maybe Gosman is going to be the only regular dupe. I think that would make sense. And they're shriveled taste buds as well, so their morale is going to be very high. To be honest, I mostly printed Gosman because of the shriveled taste buds. You're very slow, though. Is that going to be it? Make them the smallest barracks imaginable. We could put the oxygen diffuser up here, maybe. I don't know. We'll have a think about it. What about mess hall, great hall? You know, all that stuff. We could get a great hall in here.
Seek fluid
Seems
intake.
fine. Thank you, Uglis, for the hydrate. I did actually get a liquid. Not Pepsi. We got a smoothie. We got a vitamin up. Seems good. I'll make sure not to spill it on myself. Easier said than done. I like these ones, but they're really viscous. I do like them though. Right, we obviously don't have mess tables. That's fine. So let's just keep speeding up. But I want to make sure that we actually do get to that bit first. So let's actually make this priority 5. It's this bit that's the one I'm actually concerned about. And the ladder, I think... we will do the ladder just so we can get up to these tiles. Actually, we can reach all of these from the doors. I think this will be fine. Does this count as a shake break? No, this isn't a shake. This is a smoothie. We do have a shake in the fridge, but I'm saving that for tomorrow. But no rhyme. We don't need to do rhymes all the time. It's not a crime. But yeah, we have loads of dirt up here, so provided we're... That's the thing we can do with Gosman, is we can proactively wrangle all the shovels. I think we'll... Ideally, if we have enough dirt to progress in the meantime, I'll wait until Gosman can get ranching before we do that. I think that is possible. Right, what's the plan with this? I don't think I can actually get up here without the... Oh, it was just to get rid of the chlorine, wasn't it? So I think what I actually want to do is I want to deconstruct and reconstruct this tile to get rid of the chlorine, and then we can just let the hydrogen out. Right, the important thing is... Oh, Gosman, you're on it. You're on it like a car bonnet. At least we've got the cot now. Oh, the outhouse. We need the outhouse for Gosman. It's very true. So, let's actually... I'm going to make a separate outhouse for the dupes and a separate outhouse for Gosman. So, let's see. Sink. Wash basin, I guess. And then an outhouse. So that could be priority 9 as well. You can reach all these tiles as well. So that's good. Please go ahead and do that. Right, we got the research for the gunk extractor. So that is going to go here. And then where am I going to dump the gunk again? Am I just going to... I was going to put in a load of pedestals, but I don't really want to. Just put it in here so I can make sure this keeps off-gassing. Are you actually still off-gassing at the moment? You are. You will stop at some point. I know we shouldn't be doing this. But for now, I'm going to do this with a liquid bridge as well, so we don't have to build a ladder here. That feels kind of weird. I am just going to put a vent here. We'll deal with it later. Actually, no, that's not a good plan, is it? No, that's not a good plan. I mean, ideally we need a bottle filler. But I think what we will actually do... You know what? Here's what we actually do. We put the gunk extractor here. And then we just vent it on the floor! And then we put a tile here. Actually, you know what? Put the tile here and then we can still get around. That way, we'll have a layer of gunk here, and whenever we want to sweep up a bit for a liquid lock or something, we can just sort it out. And then, actually, what I'll do as well is I'll just put a pitcher pump down here. Yeah, I'll put one like... You know what? I don't want to dig up the sand. I'll put one here. And we just have gunk on the floor. Gunk on the floor! Let's just do that for now. And then we'll all eventually end up down here. That honestly feels like the best solution for now. And this should mean that we don't get the germs on Osman too bad. I mean, let's face it, the germ situation's pretty bad. But airborne germs don't matter. Gosman's peeing themselves is a good start. Yep. I'm gonna just let that pee be there. All this polluted water is food poisoning germs in it anyways. I don't think that matters at all. There is enough oxygen around for Gosman, so I'm not overly worried about that either. We do still have quite a few cycles of nutrient bars, so that's good. Yeah, I think having one regular dupe makes sense. And that's it. No more regular dupes. And then we can just have a very minimal food production from whatever random critters we've got. And it gives us a bit of extra diversity in what we're doing. Right, what is your plan? So, we're not currently doing any research. Let's get the sieve next. I do like the little backwards cap on these guys. Running low on power banks. That's not good. Oh. I should probably adjust your schedule a bit, shouldn't I? I think I need to keep your morale pretty high. Do I want to leave the bedtime? Probably not. Do it like this. We don't need Gosman to have constant uptime. Just want to make sure they can keep working at low stress over a long time period. And I think we'll have to lock Gosman out of a lot of the more annoying rooms in terms of stress management, because they won't have all the... They won't have all of the buffs that the Bionic Dupes will have for hazardous conditions. Right, that should be fine then. You should actually be making gear balm with this. But we haven't quite made enough gear balm. It's because there's a lot of gunk hanging around on the floor, but it is what it is. It's that case until we get some better tech. This should be a low priority. It is a low priority. Is it because it's a farming errand? It is a farming errand, so Gosman likes to do it.
There we go.
Gary, actually, hello. Let me give you a shout out. How are you doing? What have you been up to today? We are doing a little bit of an interesting experiment. So we started a run on a normal Terra asteroid, except we deleted the starting biome in sandbox mode because I wanted to see if it was possible to survive. And the answer is it is possible to survive. We printed three bionic duplicants with digging boosters, and we were able to get through the granite and find some useful geysers. We found a polluted water vent, which has been very helpful throughout this whole process, and is practically giving us all the oxygen we need from polluted water offgassing. That's actually very important that that's happened. We also found a cool steam vent that's giving us clean water that we're using for research. And we also found a gold volcano. Oh, look, it cooked one of the sweetles. That's no good. In fact, I think it cooked a lot of them. Oh, we trapped one over here. That's fine. So, I think it's very dependent on what geysers you get. Because the starting biome's gone and you have to have the dupes to dig to start with, you will immediately find the geysers. And then you make a plan around that. So I don't think every seed is possible to survive on. But at least this one is. And I want to test this on different asteroid types to see what's possible. We had to pick Bionic Duplicants because obviously there was no starting oxygen. So the 4 days worth of oxygen they start with was necessary. And the power banks were certainly handy too while we were getting our crafting station built. So obviously things are a bit messy and they've been a bit slow, but we are at the point where we're surviving. Actually, the main constraint of not having the starting biome on Terra was dirt. You need dirt for research. There is no dirt on the Terra asteroid apart from a few very specific places when you delete the starting biome. So there are dirt tiles by geysers, not all of them, only some of them. And there were dirt tiles by this point of interest, the Critterflux schematic. That's how we've done most of our research. The other answer is you have to actually go into space, and then you actually have to deal with shovels, which you can do, but it's gross. So what we'll do is we'll get up here, and we won't dig out the dirt yet. We've got to lure all of the shovels and deal with them before we dig this up, because otherwise they'll just eat the dirt and turn it into tiles and reduce the mass. But you need dirt to do research. That's not negotiable. And thankfully, with the polluted water vent, if you hook up a water sieve, you have plenty of sand on the Terra asteroid because of the wasteland and the ocean biomes you find, and a lot of the sand formations. This is one of the 5,000 kilograms per tile formations we were talking about. This one's in a marshy biome. So you have enough sand. The water sieves turn sand into polluted dirt at a 5 to 1 ratio. And then you just flip the polluted dirt to dirt for research. And you have enough sand. I don't think that's actually going to cause any problems with the run. So I think the conclusion is it is possible. But my next question is it possible regardless of what geysers you find? Do you need a polluted water vent to actually do this? You do have polluted water on the map to start with, and getting through the slime lung would be annoying, but I feel like you could still manage it. Because if we say open this up, we probably should just actually open this up already. Like, literally just come like this, and go over here. Why can't we reach that tile? What's the situation? We do show navigation. Oh, you need to dig this. Okay, that's fine. Eduardo's getting stressed. Are we just dragging you through the liquids a lot? I think we're just dragging them through the liquids a lot at the moment. Oh, I need to tile this as well. There's some more dirt in here. That's good. Can you make an automated one-way trap for shovels? I mean, you definitely could. We obviously don't have any tech for it at the moment. Do we need the tech before we get the shovels out of here? I don't know. Not another dupe. We don't want another normal dupe. Pike apples. Now, we don't have floxes. If we get a flox, then that would be very important. Because then we could do floxes for dirt, and we could do that in the tundra biome. So we'll take the pike apple seeds. The other thing is, you have to destroy the tiles at the printing pod at the start to actually get off the island if you delete the starting biome. So this is not functional until you can get back up here with some ladders. So yeah, we actually went... Our first print was on like cycle 17 or something. So those were the main constraints that we found for this run on Terra. I think, in all honesty, I think we're going to wrap it up once we've built things and we've got some basic infrastructure going on. Like... Oh, my headphones are running out of power. That's no good. I think all we need to do now is hook up the water sieve and do that research. But that's happening... That's going to happen at least somewhat quickly now. And the more dupes we can get, the better as well. But once we know that we can sustainably produce dirt from the geyser, I think we're past the point where we'd actually have to worry about the dupes on this run. Because, like, we will have sustainable resources for research from the polluted water vent. We can separate everything out as needed. That's not going to be the constraint. The dirt was really the main constraint. Metal is also an issue. But we do have the gold volcano. You will find a metal volcano on a normal Terra asteroid. Unless you're very unlucky. Who's this stressed? Oh! We have to sweep up the P. That's very important, actually. Because if we don't do that, Eduardo gets stressed going through the P. But Eduardo doesn't get stressed going through the Gunk. That's why we want Gunk on the bottom of all of our tiles, really. Hello, Redneck. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, I think the answer is Terra is possible, unless you don't find any polluted water vent. But even then, I feel like you can, at a push, come in here, bottle emptier, and pitcher pump the polluted water in here, and have enough polluted oxygen to start with. If the carbon dioxide in here isn't very high, or it fluctuates, then you get a lot of polluted oxygen building up in these little marshy pockets. And then it's very straightforward to actually just get a lot of oxygen from them. And that's not necessarily sustainable, but I don't know. Can you do it without finding a polluted water vent? You will probably find a cool steam vent at least at some point. The whole time. There will always be some water source for you. Even if it's a saltwater geyser. Like, desalinating that, I think, could work. What's wrong with you? Oh, you're going to expel your gunk. Oh, you need to build a vent. You really need to build a vent. That needs to happen now. You are chilly wandering through all the dirt. That's another reason, all the gunk. That's why we want the climate control booster for these guys. Or the skill, rather. The, yeah, it is called climate control. I'm not going crazy. Yeah, I think I'm reaching a conclusion that Terra without the starting biome is definitely possible. And obviously there's no actual geysers in the starting biome. So I think apart from having a particularly rough start like we've had today, I don't actually think this ends up being that different from a normal run. You just have to start the Bionic Duplicants. You have to go and immediately find dirt by geysers, or rush to space. Because space will definitely have dirt in it no matter what. Gunked, oh for fuck's sake, gunked toilets. You need to build the doors here. Well, someone's going to have to empty that now. In fact, you know what? I'm going to priority 9 these. I'm going to yellow alert these doors too. Disable disinfect on this. Germ situation is not good. Yeah, this is your fault. Or this is one of your faults anyways. Yeah, I'm happy we figured out that this is possible. I was wondering if there was going to be one constraint that was going to be more pressing than the other, and I think dirt actually is the constraint. Because without dirt, you can't do research, and without research, well, you can't play the game, can you? That one's not really negotiable. But yeah, I think we have everything else we need. Seems like it's one of those rough runs where it's just about life over for hundreds of cycles. It's not even hundreds of cycles. the reality is, we have everything we need to get started. Because it just depends on what geysers you find. Like most runs. But we know that there's plenty of... I mean, there's sulfur, right? In the sulfur biomes. You can do sweetles for food. There's plenty of metal ore available. There's plenty of random polluted water available. There's plenty of ice available. You have Drecos, you have thimble reeds. For reed fiber. You have wheezeworts for radiation. You can get the glossy Drecos pretty quickly for plastic. We also have a natural gas vent here. Sure, there's germs and bad oxygen everywhere. It'll take a while to get everything up and running. I mean, yeah. It'll take a while to get everything up and running because you'll have minimal dupes at the start. So you'll be able to speed 3 a lot. Just starting to get things going. But... real time, you can do all this in speed 3. Apart from like the initial bit where you're trying to find the dirt. Probably the first 10 cycles. Where you're just trying to make sure everyone's surviving. That's stressful. Then you've got a long speed 3 section, and then it literally just turns into a normal run, because you're not missing any geysers. The only key difference is you don't have hatches for doing coal power with. And you also don't have the Muckroot, so you do have to mostly lean on Bionic Duplicants. Until you get ranching going. You can probably get one regular duplicant with the starting nutrient bars, but you have to start with the Bionic Dupes. That's what I meant. Not that it's going to leave to the colony dying, just the dupe's quality of life below for a while. Yeah, that's true. We got to get the stress down. It's just because they were walking in the pea. Like, we've got to be really careful about them walking in pea. That's so important. That one doesn't matter. Oh, you don't need to yellow alert this. That's fine. Right, so this needs to not let Bionic Dupes in. And same for this one. Oh, you have to build these tiles. I can't believe I have to tell you to do this, but you do have to do this. And then the gunk is all ending up down here, and we are pitcher pumping that properly, so that's good. Do you think it's possible without Bionic Dupes? Could you rush food fast enough? It's the oxygen. You do not have the oxygen. You need the oxygen tanks of Bionic Dupes to get anything done. Otherwise, you literally are just relying on finding oxalite at the bottom of the map immediately. Otherwise, you're just dead immediately. You need that couple of cycles buffer to find an oxygen source. And again, I'm not... It has to be the pockets of polluted oxygen. It has to be the pockets of polluted water. You just have to find those and open them up. Obviously, if you're polluted water vent, that's great, but you're just going to have to open up all the different oxygen pockets at the start, and then find a way to generate polluted water. Now, the other question is, what is the best way of generating lots of polluted water early on? I mean, let's have a look. Why is the hydrocactus still in this menu? So, obviously, if you have swampy biomes on your asteroid, finding the mud obviously trivializes a lot of this, because you can get polluted dirt, which you can turn into dirt, you get polluted water, which you can turn into water, or if you just find regular mud, you just get the dirt and the water straight up. Admittedly, you do have to get the sludge press, but the sludge press is only down here. This is a pretty easy tech to get, even with the minimal dirt that you'll be able to find immediately. Do I need to put a water cooler in? Probably not yet. I mean, I might put one in anyways. Seems pretty harmless. But no, I think you have to do it with the Bionic Dupes. Also, I think even... yeah. Can you rush food fast enough? We already unlocked all the art, by the way, but this is still really cool that we got the picture. I think you would struggle to find the food, even if you did have the oxygen for regular dupes. Making the metal power banks is actually a lot easier than making the food at the start with the mealwoods. Because remember, the mealwoods require dirt. You don't have dirt. You could do grub fruit with the sulfur. That's probably what you would have to do, is grub fruit with sulfur. But bear in mind as well, the grub fruit plants need it to be at least 15 degrees C. That should be fine, though. So I think if you were trying to do this with regular dupes, you would have to immediately happen upon the oxalite from a jungle biome. Oh no, not the oxalite from a jungle biome. You'd have to find the oxalite from a wasteland biome immediately. That's not particularly likely. Your dupes will probably die before doing that. And if you manage to do that, you then have to start immediately farming grub fruits. And again, you still need the dirt to do the actual research for that. So you're going to have to go up here and grab the mess tables immediately. Well, not the mess tables, the planter boxes immediately. Still feels very possible. I think it's just the oxygen, honestly. We've got lots of nutrient bars, that's why I'm not prioritizing the grub fruit plants at the moment, but I think you would probably want to do grub fruit plants for organic dupes. Right, your stress isn't going up anymore, that's good. I do still want to actually get these rooms done, so please do that if possible. Liquid filter we don't need. Sludge press, unfortunately not very useful. Lubrication station. Again, I think we concluded the slime thing is not a good plan unless you're ranching puffs. And we did actually print a puff, so there is a thing we can do. But it's not very likely. Oh, this water is actually an issue. Well, there's nothing I can really do about that. See, now you're getting hit by grinding gears and toasty surroundings, and now you're really slow. And that is a problem. This is why I think we need to prioritize climate control. I was worried this was natural gas for a second. Right, how's the research going? Yeah, now you're at water sieves. So, we know that we need to put a pump here. We can have that just go straight across to here. I think what I'll do as well is I will just dig this up and we'll put the sieve here. Oh, we could put the fire pole in if we get the fire pole research. I don't think we're going to actually end up doing that. But that's what we would do if we were going to continue playing this. We can reach all these wires, that's fine. It's annoying me that we didn't granite this. But we can't really afford to let this polluted water out of here. We could put a... Oh, yeah, let's leave that. Leave that. I'm just going to priority 9 this now. I want this to be complete. If we're actually finishing it today, once we've concluded that we can definitely keep going on this seed, then maybe tomorrow we'll have a look at another map type. One where it's not guaranteed. Maybe we look at Rime, or maybe we just look at another map that's pretty similar. Right. Oxyfern? I mean, obviously you could dupe this if he has the tech, but... Again, I don't think that's going to constrain anything. Yeah, I guess you're not guaranteed to get a lot of Bionic Dupes. I think this water tile is just doing it. It's giving you the stress, and that stress lasts for a fair bit. Or is it just from toasty surroundings? Let's just check you. So you get a little uptick of stress, but it doesn't last very long. Which makes me think the stress is actually coming from somewhere else. I think it's just coming from... I think it's the toasty surrounding stress that's doing it more than anything. I mean, that should stop being a problem soon. Oh, we're totally at the point where we should actually get the Bionic Dupes to sleep so that they can make more boosters. Yeah, just do this now, and then we'll make a load of strength boosters. So we want at least 2. We're going to have 3 booster slots available. Just make 3. Honestly, do Yucky Lungs not add to stress? No, they don't. Honestly, I think if you want to do an all Bionic Dupe run, you pretty much have to use DSS to re-roll the printing pod. Yes. Unless you print all of the dupes with the regular names. Then you get offered nothing but Bionic Dupes. It's really weird. And to be fair, we can be patient and wait for Bionic Dupes to show up on the pod. This is not the sort of run where you would not be patient about it. Also, the thumbnail is just going to be the actual empty printing pod area. It'll probably be that for a lot of these runs. Right, maybe we'll just leave that for now. How many microchips is that? That was 3, right? So we probably want 1 more lot. Oh, you're a bit slow. Okay. Are you actually going slower than the other dupes? Or did you just start later? It's also really funny how they're doing it on the ladder. They're just dumping all the microchips down here. The only thing that is concerning me is they're not making enough power banks. But I think that's just because of what the dupes are doing. I think they could make them if we were determined. If we made them do it at a high enough priority. And at the end of the day, we had the natural gas vent. The issue is we need a lot of tech for the natural gas vents. We can't rely on that for power just yet. I guess you do still need to eat your power banks as well. Maybe we do stick around here until tomorrow. Because we've got to make sure they actually produce enough power. Oh, this thing does require power too. How irksome. Right, let's get you back to work. There you go. So, the water sieve, let's see. So that pipe can go there. This pipe will be the output pipe. So it's going to be the clean water. We could just dump the clean water in here and pump it up, right? Or, well, we would just put it straight in the electrolyzer, wouldn't we? Which we don't currently have. We do actually need to research that too. Gizmo has a skill point. That's good. Let's give everyone climate control. That will, oh wow, that actually gives you the skills to pay the bills achievement. The two skills. Wow. I'm glad they added more skills with Bionic Dupes. I would still like to see some more, but I don't know how they could do it without kind of. I don't know what they would do to give them more skills. I'm very happy with the updates they made with Bionic Dupes in general, though. That should help a lot with the with less stress, though. Because it's just Eduardo and Chip getting stressed. I think the main constraint is just research. It's so slow. You've put all the microchips in here as well, so you will start making this. Faster microchip generation, maybe? Yeah. That's probably... I think, actually, that probably is important, is getting more microchips faster. Because the boosters add athletics as well. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of optimization you could do if you were speed running this. Less power consumption. Yeah, that's true. Because they're spending less time doing errands. God, I hate that we've already got these massive bands of polluted oxygen and regular oxygen here. Oh, right, for the skills. Oh, I see. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, you'd have to find ways to do the skills where they weren't just an automatic pickup every time. Because obviously, if you had a skill for dupes that was like, consume 20% less food, you would pick that every time. It's like why Pot of Greed is banned in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because every deck would just play Pot of Greed. There's no situation where you don't pick it. And then that means the dupes will all end up with a basic morale cost, regardless of what you're actually trying to do. Oh my god. The polluted water is overflowing. I mean, oh god. Dig. That will do for now, I think. Just very quickly do this. Oh shit. Hold on. No, you're too stressed. Get out of there. This is now a non-bionic zone. We gotta de-stress them. De-stress these nerds. I think it is just the water piles. But for Bionic Dupes is a limit on morale and so taking useless power would be a real cost compared to another booster. Is this some other random pool of liquid that's actually stressing them out? Because your stress is still increasing. Oh, it's grinding gears. That's what's causing the issue, because we're not making the gear balm. But I mean, we are making the gear balm, right? You've got enough for one lot gear balm. Let's make a schedule. Actually, hold on. Let's just duplicate this schedule. And then make it the bedtime schedule. And then actually, let's just put Eduardo on that for now. Because if any Bionic Dupe consumes all of their power banks like this, that's not going to be good for us. Now I'm concerned that we're actually running out of power. If there are enough choices, it's actually a choice rather than just taking them all and having each one be strong would be nice. Yeah, because Bionic Dupes already have too low a overall morale requirement when they're peaked. So that, I think, is probably reasonable. But I think you'd have to make them quite weak. Because Bionic Dupes are already quite strong. And just actually buffing them so they're more capable, but they have the same morale requirements as dupes. I think you would actually still end up just picking Bionic Dupes most of the time. I don't know. Gossman, I really don't think you need to be doing this. You're grabbing all the algae now? Right, who wants a strength booster? No one at the moment, because... Oh, you need the skills that actually give you the booster slots. That's true. Okay, well maybe don't make this now then. Yeah, once we get the skill on Eduardo, which should be very soon, then this stress should stop being an issue. I think that's the entire issue at the moment, because they're running past this. A bigger O2 tank wouldn't mean they actually use less oxygen. Yes, that's true. That is edge KC. Less power consumption, I think, is less edge KC. I think... Well, I mean, at that point, you just have another skill giving you more power banks, which is redundant. Faster microchip generation does sound like a good one. Oh, they keep getting the stress from slipping on the gunk as well. That's funny. Yeah, don't disinfect this. What's overheating? Oh god, a power bank exploded. Right, okay. Okay, so we've kind of screwed up a little bit. We didn't get them making power banks fast enough. I think the issue with what we've done today is we've kind of wasted their time. They've ended up doing a lot of tasks that didn't necessarily need doing. I think what we need to do, we didn't actually need to take electrical engineering on a go. We should have taken a strength dupe. All of a sudden it's all going wrong. Well, it's kind of because we're just letting this erupt as well, and the steam is getting up here now. We shouldn't have opened this up. But my point is, things are going wrong because of mistakes that I made, not because it's not possible. This was definitely possible if we just restarted and we just didn't make those mistakes. But yeah. I think what we've learned from this is we need to take a strength dupe instead of an electrical engineering dupe. So that way they can carry the dirt to wherever it needs to go more efficiently. And then we also... That also means we can carry the metal to these crafting tables. Because that's the constraint as well. If they're only bringing a certain amount of metal at a time, then that's going to be quite time consuming. And I think that's something I haven't really emphasized yet. I mean, we'll keep running it for now. It's fine. That's something I haven't really emphasized yet is because the starting biome doesn't exist, all of your resources that you need are further away from the base. So you do actually need your dupes to be fast, which means you do need the skills to get the boosters. I think what we actually need to do, we were going for climate control so we could get into hazardous situations easier. But I think to actually just survive, you probably do need to go for improved gears too, and just get the extra booster slot and get the extra athletics. Because that way you end up with 4 athletics total, 2 from the booster and 2 from the skill. And you get the extra skill for the extra strength or whatever. So that seems important. Maybe pick a better base location. So when you deconstruct the tiles here, you obviously have to fall down. There's also a lot of materials here. Perhaps what I should have done... I mean, we did dig up most of the metal in this area, to be fair. The reality is, I don't think this is a bad base location. The main thing I shouldn't have done is open this up here. I should have left this closed. The slime is not actually going to be relevant. We thought the slime would be relevant. Looks like the answer of how long a CSV cooks a colony is 1 hour 10 minutes. I mean, it's not cooking the colony. But, I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, we should have closed this off. And then we wouldn't have had to get the toasty surroundings buff for the Bionic Dupes. That's true. But the base being next to these 2 wasteland biomes, having the base be near the wasteland biomes is probably the most important thing, because that's where most of your actual building resources are. We never even used any of the gold from the metal volcano. We haven't gotten to the point where we need refined metal yet. Let's switch you to chip. Provided that you're in a sensible location. You are in a sensible location. Okay. I think we've reached all the conclusions we need to reach for now on this run. It definitely seems possible, but we would have to... I think we'll try it again on a different seed. Because I also want to check how much of this is just success because of the polluted water vent.